Let's go now. That's all.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I trust we are doing great today. Let me know if you can hear my voice. Can you hear my voice? Am I audible enough?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Amazing. Okay. Yeah. So amazing. I think everybody's here, so we should get started. No time to waste. Good morning, everyone. So one of the things we are going to be doing today is really getting clear on what our product is going to be about. I don't want this class to end with us still having confusion about what we are going to put out there into the market, because really that's the most important thing in this entire process. Once you can have that thing done, then a lot of every other thing we are going to be doing becomes a very, very smooth ride. So before we start this section, I would like to invite Madam Kenyide. She has something to share with us, which I believe is going to help us in thinking about this entire process. And this is also for us to also learn from how she's going to present as well. And because this is really what this entire thing is about. So Madam Kenyide, are you there? Good morning. Is she online yet? I think she's not online yet. So, anyways, first of all, thank you all for joining me for this section. This really means so much. I know you all have amazing things to do this beautiful Saturday. Today should be resting day for some of us. And we have decided to invest that time into ourselves and building something that could really help us navigate this entire journey of life and also impact others while we are also impacting our income. So thank you so much. Where's the other file? Okay. I think she's not available yet. So perhaps we are going to get started. Let me try and call her first. Yeah, yeah, your audio is not no, no, it's unmuted, yeah. So I think it's from your own end. She's having issues connecting. Note, not yet, not yet. Try to unmute again, let's see. Please hold on a little bit. Let's try and figure this out. Have you been able to unmute it? We are muted now, but we still can hear you, yeah? No. Maybe exit and come back again, let's see. Leave and come back again, let's see. Mm. This issue with technology always okay. She's back. Are you there now? I think this is the settings from your end though. So let's try and mute ourselves so that we don't talk into the mic unless you are called upon. We have a chat option there. If you want to ask questions, do well to ask the questions there as well. Okay, start recording. Hmm? Go to 28. Click on that red dial there. Anyways, I think we are going to get started in absence of that. So we don't take more time. Maybe we'll postpone it then. So thank you so much for your patience. And today, the main thing we want to talk about literally is we want to start designing our frameworks. The last class we talked about pattern recognition, which is really the benchmark for your frameworks that you're going to be developing into whatever you want to develop it into, a program, an online course, a coaching program, right? Which is just a series of, you imagine yourself advising yourself. Because most times, if we are really honest with ourselves about where we are in life, then we already know what we have to do to move forward. But many of us don't just really do what we know. And I think that's the great issue with life. We we can give advice, but many of us don't take our own advice. So the major thing we want to do today now is how do we start designing a framework. So before we go into a framework, what's a framework really? A framework is your step-by-step guide that you are going to give to someone that comes to you to seek an advice about a problem they are going through. So now you have come to seek my advice about how you can build an online business. Because I've spent years in this, I can now distill that information into a simple process that can enable you just, follow this process and get results. So that is my own framework. I've designed my own framework that I can give to anybody to allow them achieve success in this field. And if you are a student of the Profit Automation Masterclass, that is exactly what we explain in that entire process, right? The entire profit automation system is all about step by
Can you
step.
hear me now?
Oh yes, great. Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, hallelujah. But even the video is still showing me an X sign, which I don't know.
It's from the settings. Check check that video icon. There's one icon close to the video settings there. Just click on it and then select your.
It's showing me mirror by video, blur my background, choose. I don't know what that means.
Okay, come on. Let me call you on video call on WhatsApp so that
Okay.
we can figure it out.
Okay, because I don't know.
Please just give me 5 minutes. Let's sort this out. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, Doc. I don't know. And I've been sitting here watching.
I saw you. Turn into the laptop. Let's see.
Let me.
Yes.
Okay, see what that video class is showing me. I don't know what kind of wahala is this one.
Okay.
See it.
Click on it then.
Is it this, or I click on this small arrow here?
Yeah, click on small arrow. Yes.
You see, it's showing. See, I'm on mirror my video.
Select the camera.
Ah, okay. No, it's showing. It's not. No, it's showing. Wait, let me see if I select another thing. Video setting. Okay. See the video setting.
Stop my video.
I think this should not be on now.
Click, move that one.
Where do we receiving video? Video rendering.
Start video at this moment.
Sending video is on.
That we start video. Let's go up.
Up. Where? I don't know why it's showing this. This is strange. This one.
Click on okay, it's audio now. It's audio.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
So let's try this. Can you see this?
You can see it.
Okay, let me just take it from there. God, I beg. If it is me that cannot be seen, so what do I do now? Let me just take it from
but even their mind and conscience is.
Hello? Jesus.
I can hear you.
Am
I can
I
hear you.
lost?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, Doc, and good morning, everyone. Hello.
We
Good
can hear
Others
you.
morning,
can hear me.
ma.
Good morning, madam.
I'm
Good
so
morning.
I'm so
Ma.
sorry.
Good morning, madam.
Okay, thank you, ma. I am so sorry for this tech. We are all still learning. I wonder why I couldn't just navigate this morning. The video will not even show. Thank God it's sharing screen. Please accept me as I am. I'm very sorry to have taken part of your time like this morning. It wasn't expected. So what I'm supposed to do with
okay,
us
ma'am.
is to share. I hope everyone can see my screen. I hope I'm not making another mistake.
Yes,
I want to make it larger. Okay. Should I touch anything to make it larger or just leave it like that? Oh, hey.
No, you are fine.
Is it okay like this?
It's okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's okay like this.
Yes,
so,
yes.
It's okay.
Thank you so much for your understanding. Thank you, Doc, for this opportunity. What I want to share with us in relation to what we are all preparing for, how to automate whatever it is that is of value in us, we thought that we should all share this. It's a sharing section. I'm not an authority, so we cannot share. So we want to see how we can uncover our purpose, which is one of the very first foundation that will lead us to be able to articulate what is it that we want to offer in this our journey. When we talk about purpose, if you ask people question, what is your purpose? A lot of people will give you a freeze face as though my purpose. It is not something we all put down in paper. It's something we live out. So somehow it's not about age, it's not about sex. We lost track of it that we cannot even spell it out. If somebody should just stop us and ask us, what is your purpose in life? It's something that gets us wondering what you're talking about. And yet our purpose gives us meaning. Our purpose is what enables us to have meaning to our being. It gives our life the passion. It makes us realize something that propels us, something that energizes us, something that makes us rise from the bed if we find ourselves that we are still here. So let us share. If I ask us, let's just share a few definitions so we don't take the time for the lecture too long. Purpose is your why. Purpose is what gets you energized, that drives you, it makes you lose track of time and lets you contribute something bigger than yourself. When you find something that keeps you on, that energizes you, if you ask, all your energy is to it, that, if you look at it very well, could be your purpose or even lead you to your purpose. It's like a compass showing you direction, showing you the kind of impact that you are creating and making you fulfilled at it. It is not only to see that you have created an impact. Are you fulfilled? Do you feel happy that you did it? Purpose is where your passion meets your impact, like I said. It is personal. It is not about you and I sharing the same. No, it is very personal. It's subjective. What I call purpose for myself from my own personal discovery might not be your own purpose, or it might not be the same line that you have to toe to also get your own. It can shift from time to time. You may find yourself loving to do one thing, but you may find yourself again loving to do two or three. It's very, very personal to each and every one that has been created by our Almighty God. So when you tap into it, your life feels more intentional. You discover more you. Finding your purpose in life is about just discovering who you are, if you ask me. And then, for some of us, like I said, if you ask somebody a question, just take them unaware and say, what's your purpose in life? They get lost. Meanwhile, they know what they are doing. So I want to share some of these few strategies with you on how you can really discover your purpose, or if what you're doing is actually your purpose, or if what you're about to do is your purpose. There are ways to discover this, and that way is what we'll share in this slide. You reflect on what ignites your energy. Like I said from the beginning, when you wake up from bed, what's that thing that gets you up? What's that thing that motivates you to rise and take advantage of the new day? Watch it very well, be observant, be very intentional. That may be your purpose or lead you to your purpose. Then identify your strengths, your passion, your habit. What's that? Every one of us has capacity inbuilt. Your capacity is different from mine. Where do you direct your strength? What pulls your strength out of you and you're happy pulling it out? Purpose is something that when you're doing it, when you're on track, you're happy, you're fulfilled, you're rejoicing in your heart. It's not about the materials you mark. No, It's about self-fulfilling satisfaction that it gives you when you're doing that thing. It arouses your passion, and you find yourself repeating and repeating it, which means it forms a pattern in your being. It gives you that your like a routine. The workplace people will call it, gives you a pattern. You just find yourself that I love doing this thing, and I even love doing this thing this way. If you watch with your inner eye, I can call it soul searching, that is your purpose in life. So if you identify what makes you lose track of time, when you are engaged in such activity, you do not even know time has gone. You do not even know how many hours you have spent. In fact, some of us that God has led us to what we know how to do best, and now we identify it. I just got to know that when I'm talking like this, when I'm encouraging people, when I'm mentoring, I would not even know how long I've stayed. And nobody gets paid for it. I don't get paid. I have never been paid for it until now that I know this is my purpose. So because from very young age, I find myself trying to help people to navigate out of problems, or navigate out of an assignment, or navigate, find a path to achieve a goal. It's something that it comes from within. It is not, I don't struggle for it. In fact, sometimes I make other people's business my business until you achieve that goal. So it becomes like a passion for you. You lose track of yourself. You lose track of the energy you're burning. That is your purpose, or is leading you to your purpose. Like I said earlier, notice pattern. Notice how things happen to you. How do you go about it? How does it prepare you to even rise and start? Because if it is your purpose, it will leave an indelible pattern that you cannot overlook. You cannot forget it. You will just find yourself moving from point A to B to C, and that's it. It's leaving a pattern for you. You might not have observed it before now. Watch out, and you'll be able to identify what it is. What do you enjoy doing even without being paid? I just said it's not about whether you earmark any material wealth. It's not about whether somebody is paying you for what you're doing. You will just enjoy doing it, and you will do it and feel self-fulfilled, satisfied that you've done it. You'll be happy. Money can come, which is what our mentor is trying to make sure we achieve now. When you find that purpose now, it will be packaged, to be automated, so that we now realize that, minute as it may be, insignificant as it may be, you can package it and make money out of it. Things you and I have been doing for free. So when you now find out what it is, how do you live it out? Start small. When you discover something, don't be in a haste to say, that is it. No. Start small. Be intentional. Be deliberate to put it together. In your thoughts, put it together. That this is it though. I have discovered this thing, and this is how I want to go about it. Take the first few steps, but start immediately you discover it. Don't throw it away, because it comes like an inspiration. It comes like that little voice in our religion. They told us that we just whisper something to you that if you don't pay attention to it, you might lose it. So pay attention, be deliberate. Then begin to experiment. Those things you have observed, those things you've been able to put down. It is important that you put some of these things down if you were the type that did not even notice these things are happening around you before. Put it down. What are those habits that gives you happiness? What are those things you do that you really get so happy about? When you note it down, then experiment it. You can experiment it in new ways. You can experiment even new habits to see, was this thing really the interest I had? Then align your daily actions with what you have discovered that matters to you. That thing that you have discovered that propels you, that gives you self-fulfilling satisfaction. Begin to align your daily activities. Begin to align your choices. Let them feed that your why. Because that purpose, it is your why. Why am I here? Why am I existing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? What do I get from this thing? As you note these things down and you do your plus and minus, and you discover, oh, but when I'm doing this, each time I have reason to help them lay blocks. I feel so happy to see the blocks I have laid so beautifully. Now you begin to experiment it. Now you're intentional because you really want to nod what you have discovered that it is the truth. So be very intentional about it and let all that you do lead you to that you have identified. Ask yourself if what you're doing is moving you towards your why, because you have identified your why, you have identified your purpose, you have identified that thing that gives you satisfaction. So now ask yourself, the kind of things I do, the words I say, the kind of company I keep, is it driving me to that why that I've identified? And if it is not, please, let's make a turnaround, because we are here now to make things better. Things are better, but we want it better. We want to be more intentional. We want to be more focused. So now we can make a turnaround and begin to ensure we surround ourselves with purposeful driven people, people who will lead us to where we're going. You and I are here now because for some reason we are on this journey of automating the value that is inbuilt in us. And so when you discover the value inbuilt in you, you will now go and sit down with people who don't even know that it is important to discover your value. No matter how long they've been friends or they've been family, you need to find a way out and come and identify yourself with those who have the same vision with you, who are going on the same track with you. That way, they will propel you too. They will motivate you too to ensure you don't get, because sometimes life can be overwhelming and you throw away even everything that you think you have discovered. But if you're in the right mist, the mist will make sure the encouragement you seek, you find. The life of others too will be a motivation for you. Yours too will motivate someone else. And that way, you will be people who are helping one another to grow. In conclusion, we all have a purpose in life. We are all here with a call and a work to do. So, my dear people, if you're still breathing, it means you're still alive. If you are alive today, then you are still here physically on this planet Earth. If you are still here, then you have not completed what you were put here on earth to do. If you have not completed what you were put here on earth to do, that means your very purpose has not yet been fulfilled. If your purpose has not yet been fulfilled, that means the most important part of your life has not yet been lived. No matter how old you are, or young, or tired, or sad, or busy, or lazy, or whatever you believe yourself to be as we speak, because you're still on this mother earth alive, you have a work to do. We all do. I do too. And I believe that there's still a lot that I need to discover by myself and put together. It's about progress. It's not about perfection. It's about us aligning all our steps, our actions and inactions to lead us to where we ought to be. This is what it is all about. And the example I can give in how we go from here is, you think about that thing that brings you to that zone of total immerse in your activity. Time flies, you're fully focused, the activity feels effortless, whether it is rewarding or not rewarding. Though when you discover it today now, it's a different ball game, because now we will make sure it is rewarding. Example, somebody who is a coder will be lost trying to decode. All these people who are into the decoding assignment. Somebody whose skill is to build, with every day of their life, if you find where potters are molding things, in fact, they get lost molding. But when the beautiful structure comes out, they are happy. Whether somebody comes to pick it for a fee tomorrow is another ball game. And that is the state our purpose should drive us into. We can start smart. We can start now. But let's not waste any more time overthinking, over-imagining, overdoing anything. But whatever it is we discover, we propels us to release our energy. Let us start now to do it. Action will lead us to fulfillment, satisfaction, and goal achievement. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And now, may I have your questions? If there's any area you need clarity with, this is the time for us to share, like I said. Maybe some of you have even discovered your purpose before. You can also share with us. This is the time. I hope our mentor will give us a few minutes to do that.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you
are.
very much, everyone, for your time.
Thank you so much for this amazing
Thank you.
presentation.
Thank you, sir.
We are going to have our Q&A session at the end so that we can attack
Okay.
everything once.
Okay. Okay,
So
sir.
let me just take over for now. So, Madam Kanyede, thank you so much. I had to bring her on so that she can, share from our own perspective the idea called purpose, because I believe in everything we are going to be doing together. If it's not original, it's not going to sell. If it's not authentic, we do not need another Davido. We don't need another Wizkid. We already have these people. The world needs unique individuals who are true to themselves, who know themselves. There's a famous quote that says, man, know thyself. That sums up the entirety of what it means to really dominate this earth, to be someone who is uniquely yourself. You're not trying to be like the rest of the world, because every other person, they are going to put their own ideologies, their train of thoughts. They're going to force you to want to believe the things they believe in. But at the end of the day, you are not here to be like every other person. You are here to carve out your own lane, your own niche, and stay true to that. It's important. Why the reason why I had to bring this setting up, why we had to start from purpose, is because your purpose brings something more than just money. It brings fulfillment. We all, I know the one thing everybody wants is money, yes, but then again, I'll tell you that when you do not have purpose, you struggle to really make money, because you are going to be jumping from A to B, B to C, D to E. Like, you see a lot of people out there, this thing can make you money. They are there. If you are even honest with yourself, you see that over the years, sometimes we find ourselves lost in confusion, trying to figure different things out. We do this one first, it doesn't work, we go to this business, it doesn't work, we move to this one, it doesn't work, we move to this one. And before you know it, 30 years has passed, 20 years has passed, and then you'll be like, what have I been doing? But when you know your purpose, what you are really doing here, you realize that you stay true to that, you commit to that for a longer period of time, you obtain mastery in that pursuit, because you, just like you said, just like Madam K, they said, you get lost in that thing. You are not really in it for the money. You're just lost in it. You find joy in the process of doing that thing, sharing that thing, talking about that thing. And some of the things I would also want to add in this conversation is that your purpose is actually also tied to anything that you see out there that causes you, that disgusts you or makes you angry. When you see things not being done the right way, you be like, why are you guys not doing this thing right? This thing should not be done this way. This is how this thing should be done. You might be ignoring it. Maybe it might just be like a provocation to you, but sometimes maybe you have been put into this planet to be the one who does that thing right, or to teach other people how to do it right. Maybe the reason why you are angry about that thing is because you have information in you that you need to pull out and share to others. So all of this conversation is where you start really thinking deeply on the thing called purpose. How can you extract it and turn it into something that could, create that reality you want? So let's go deeper on what we have for today. Today, the key concept here is to create our framework, right? That's really what we want to do today. What's a framework? Like I was saying, your framework is your strategy for how you are going to get the results or give the results that you are going to sell. Emphasis on results. Everything we spend our money to buy has to do with the results we want. Everything we spend our money to buy is result driven. Result. That's what we spend our money to buy. We buy results. The reason why you have the car you have is because of the results. You want to go out, the car takes you to where you want to go. The reason why you buy the hair, the bags, the shoes is because of the results. You want to go out, it adds to your beauty, it beautifies you, beautifies your look. Right? You don't care about the hair. You don't care how expensive it is. What you care about is this thing I'm buying and spending my money to buy is going to give me a result. So the focus here is on the result. So now, what is going to be your strategy or framework or pattern that you are going to give to someone that will help them achieve a result? So emphasis on results. So let's dive deeper into this, what we have today. So if you look at the world today, let me just draw this thing out again. We have three separate words that are just existing independently. But we make the mistake of trying to blur the lines and then we miss each of these words together. That's why many of us, we really get lost in confusion, what to do with our life. I hope my voice is audible. Hope you can hear me. Please let me know in the chat if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So we have three words, right? The first word is the one we know. This is the entire planet, right? We know there's somewhere called America, there's somewhere called South Africa, there's somewhere called Singapore, there's all of this other part of the world. If you are living in Abuja, there's somewhere called Lagos, there's somewhere called Delta State, This is the rest of the world, right? And then we have another word in there, which is our immediate environment. So the world, immediate environment. This is our entire ecosystem, the space we find ourselves. If you are living in Abuja, you are not staying in all of Abuja, right? There's an immediate environment. Some of us will not even get to certain places in Abuja. For someone like me, now there are certain places you will call now, I've never been in this town, right? But what I'm trying to say is that there are certain places you just spend your time in. Your workplace, your church, your peer groups, this is your immediate environment. Then there's another word, which is the most important, your inner world. For many of us, we never spend time inside the inner world because we are so distracted by everything that's going on in our immediate environment and the rest of the world. I watch the news, the news said this, this is going to happen, and that becomes the train of thought. We hear our friends complain about this or talk about this, gossip. We are so engulfed, we're so involved, so highly immersed in other people's world, and that is therein is where what creates this deep dissatisfaction in our soul. Because you see, you want to look at your inner world as a garden. If you have a garden and you don't tend to that garden, it just dies. Anything you don't focus on dies. If you are in a marriage, if you are married, if you are in a relationship, if you have kids, if you have a business, if you have whatever thing you are doing, your job, if you don't focus on it, it dies, it withers, because focus is the thing that really creates or forces things to grow, right? So the point I'm making here now is that now we've lived our life trying to focus on the outside world. Now it's going back inside us to now discover the value we carry. What is that special thing that we have been, that special assignment that we have been given on this planet to fulfill? That's your purpose. That's the thing that will drive every other thing that you find yourself doing. Because you look at it this way: if I I want you to really study. It's not just about me speaking. I don't want to be like I'm I'm the one that knows everything here. I don't know nothing. I'm just a scholar of life. I try to look at things and try to see the patterns and see the lessons and the blessings in all of the creations of life. So now, think about it this way. You find yourself in the midst of this world, this external world, right? This is your immediate environment, this particular one. This is your peer groups, your church, workplace, and all of these things. And then you see that if you notice, everything in this external world pulls you. It pulls you. Come here. Hey, come to work. Kids are crying. This one needs you. This one needs you. Everything is constantly pulling you from left, right, center. And then you get in that world, get lost in it. And there's nothing that is unique about you in that world. What I mean by this now is this. If you look at society, the ones who make the most amount of money are people who have decided to create a lane for themselves and then bring people to that lane, to that pattern of mindset, that belief, that thinking. They don't go into your world and get lost in your world and then follow you. They're not followers, they are leaders. And to become a leader, you must find the uniqueness in you as a person, right? Which is the thing that is really going to build the foundation of everything we are going to do together. Without this element, everything is just a copycat. We're not going to sell the product. I mean, it's not going to sell, right? Because you are telling people that you can give them this result. This person is also telling people that they can give them this result. So what makes you different in the market? Nothing. You're just the same like every other person making noise, right? And what we're trying to do is we want to develop something that the market would pay any amount of money to get. Why? Because there's nothing like that thing in the market. There might be the same people solving the same problem, but there's no one solving that problem like you do. There's no more communicating, telling the stories like you are telling that story. Because why? You are coming from your own inner world. You're not trying to say things the way it has been said before. You are saying it from your own inner world, your own truths, your beliefs, your convictions, right? I want to also really get this very, very clearly because everything starts from this inner world. So what's your inner world? That becomes a question. Your inner world is everything that goes on in here, your spirit. If you close your eyes, there's analogy I tell people, like if you close your eyes, you've closed your eyes, but if you really pay attention, it feels like somebody is still staring outside. You're not seeing anything though, your eyes is closed, but it feels like there's someone behind that eyes that's just looking outward. Who is that person? That person is the inner world. That's the part of this equation they call the soul, right? That lives in there, that exists in there. And there's this analogy I tell people, which is like, you will win life the day you are able to transfer, you are able to communicate, that is, transfer message from this your inner world into your outer world. The day you are able to transfer messages from your inner world to your outer world, that's the day you start winning life. Why? Because now you're not living life from being reactive to what's happening around you. Rather, you're living life from a place whereby you are being proactive because you are choosing the things you do, things you say, what you do with your time, how you spend your time, what you are going to spend your time doing, the solutions you're going to provide. You are choosing it intentionally based on who you are inside. You're not living life from a place whereby you are confused, you are messed up in this webs of distractions, social media, friends, peers, everything, work, everything, family, all of them, they are all distractions. You are coming from a place whereby you have total clarity on who you are, what you are doing here. And when you find that inner clarity, you see that everything else becomes very, very easy. Because yes, life is going to be tough. Things are going to happen, but you know who you are, you know what you carry, and that makes everything very, very different. So your inner world now becomes, what are the things going on in your thoughts? What are the things going on in your mind? Have you spent time to really study your mind? That's why I said one of the things you will do in this process is really to know thyself. Man, know thyself. Study yourself. Study what goes on in your own inner world. What are the things that are controlling your decisions? Because your decisions comes from your inner subconscious mind. So what about thoughts, what about information you fed to your subconscious mind? That's what's going to create the thoughts you have, right? And what about thoughts you create in your mind? That's what's going to create the actions you have, you execute. And what about actions you take? That's what's going to create your world. You see how everything reflects add together. So one, subconscious, the mind, the world that you're not conscious of, that's the subconscious mind, the inner of you, right? That fits into your thoughts, which is your conscious mind, and that fits into your actions, which is the things you do on a day-to-day basis, and that fits into your world or your results, the reality you have. So that means indirectly, this is what creates your reality. So if you have negativity in there, it's going to feed into your thoughts and be like, oh God, Tinubu have started again. Nigeria is bad. Nothing works in this country. Everything is messed up. I can't make it in this country. I have to go somewhere. And you keep complaining. What then? It fits into your actions. If you are somebody who knows that Nigeria is it's impossible for people to make it in Nigeria, would you do anything and go all in on anything? No, you won't go all in on anything. If you've convinced your mind that because I don't know how to communicate, I don't think I can build an online business, you won't be able to take the actions needed to build an online business. And that means you will not be able to get the results. You're not able to create that reality. So in retrospect, what we are saying here is that you see this, your inner world is what fits your outer world, right? Your inner world fits your outer world. But we have ignorantly allowed our outer world feed our inner world. Therein creates this reality that we are constantly fighting. I hate my job. I hate my life. It's so useless, boring, and stupid. But I don't know what to do. I can't do nothing because I'm powerless to do anything. But today I want you to understand that you have power. Because whatever results you have, it was created by your actions, which was shaped by your thoughts, which was formed by your subconscious mind. So what we need to do is go back and feed the subconscious mind with the right information. That's what we are doing here. Feed our mind with things that will make us feel empowered, feel like, okay, we control our narrative, we control our destiny, we control our world. We are builders. We are not complainers. We are people who have been put into this world to do great things. And we are willing to do the work to ensure that that greatness is established. So now, let's go back to the business for today. When it comes to the internet, right, and how to make money with it, understand that it's all about value. You give value to get value. Money is value. So now, what's the value you are going to give? And when we talk about value, that's what you see me spending time in the inner world, because the value comes from the inner world. It comes from your own purpose, comes from the things you spend time to really build, work on in your life, which we are going to talk about. So now let's talk about the marketplace. The market, we want to go into the markets to make money from the market, because everything about money has to do with things that we are going to change for something else. So we have something of value, we give it to someone, and they give us money. That's how the transaction works. It's how we have been able to evolve over time. We went to school, study, become something in our careers, and then we go to a company, and then we start giving them our time and our skills and our knowledge, our expertise, the things we know how to do, and they give us salary. And then from salary, we go buy the things we want. This is the exchange in life. So now, when it comes to the internet now, there are 3 core markets. These markets are very, very important. That is to say, there's already an existing market where people are gathering right now looking for solutions to one thing, their problem. They don't care about you. They don't care about the dress you wear. They don't care about your hair. They don't care about nothing that has to do with you as an individual. What these people care about is how they are going to solve their problems. That's what they care about. And in this 3 segment of the market, there's what they call the wealth market. The wealth market is any market that helps people to make money, to save money, or to grow money. Really, these are the three things. You want to make money, save money, and grow money. If you don't know how to do any of them, you are going to live in poverty, right? Because you can make money. If you don't know how to save money, you are going to poor. You're going to stay poor. If you make money and you know how to save money, if you don't know how to grow money, you're still going to stay poor because your 10 million in the bank 10 years ago has nothing, no value today. So the point I'm making is this: people are constantly in this market, right? Looking, they're looking for how can they make money, save money, or grow money. That's the first market, the wealth market. Now, the question to ask yourself is, do I know anything that could allow somebody make money, save money, or grow money? Because if you know something that can allow somebody make money, save money, or grow money, guess what? You can go into this market and find those people who are either looking for things, how to make money, save money, or grow money, and say, hey, come, I have value that can help you make money, save money, or grow money. I'm not saying you should do the three. You can pick any one of them. So come, let me show you how to make money, or let me show you how to save money, or let me show you how to grow money. Now you've selected your market. So now, as you are listening to me now, think through your own life. Is there anything I know over these years that can help, that has been helping me make money, save money, or grow money? Is there a habit I've developed? Is there a strategy that I've subconsciously, used over the years that has really helped me manage my life somehow, whereby no matter what happens, I still find a way to make money, save money, or grow money? That's one question to ask yourself now. The second market is health market. This is the market that focuses on people who are looking for ways to get healthy. They're suffering from one illness or the other, so they want to get healthy. They want to get better in their health. Or they have one illness and they want to cure that illness or manage it. Or they want to look or feel better. They're always tired all the time. They feel depressed. They don't have the energy they need to go after their dreams. They look at their life and be like, I want all of those things, but how can I get it? They don't know how to get it. So in the look and feel better, this is where we talk about fitness. Maybe you're somebody who you've gone through a process in life that's allowed you to know how to get fit whenever you lose track of your weight. Or there's a particular illness you've struggled with. You went to all these hospitals. You spent money in the normal traditional medical way of doing things. I mean, the medical health centers. You go to this one, they take you, but nothing worked. And then somebody somehow just shared one thing with you. Said, this thing, somebody used it one time. Or I don't know, try it. And you eventually tried it and it worked. And then you cured that illness, or you were able to manage it properly. Or there's something that allowed you, stay healthy all these years. You see your peers, they are always getting sick. And you be like, huh, is it a miracle? It's not a miracle. Actually, there are certain things you are doing. It's just for you to find that patterns and then be like, okay, see, I have a way for you to get healthy, to stay healthy. I have a way to cure this sickness. I have a way for you to look better and feel better, right? That's one market. And then the third market is relationship market. You talk about love, marriages. One of the major things in our life is the relationship, right? If you have money, you don't have the right relationships in your life, you're going to feel depressed, sad, miserable, because you cannot leave the world alone. You cannot leave the world, no matter how much you have. So love, marriages, is there something you know about that? How you've navigated that path in your own life? Maybe when you started, it was not easy for you, but somehow you were able to maybe you went into reading, learning some things from different people, and then you started adjusting, managing, and from now you've been able to develop a marriage of over 20 years whereby you guys feel connected in love and feel happy and feel connected, Or is there a way that you were able to manage your family over the years? Even though you're a busy parent, but you were able to still show up and build a beautiful family whereby there's love, respect, there's integrity. You've raised beautiful kids, and then you talk about your social skills. For me as a person, I was very, very introverted, shy, and miserable as a human being when I was very, very young, and that really forced me to just stay inside one small box where I felt like, man, there's nothing for me in this world. And it was when I started my journey in personal development, trying to figure out life, and that was when I started, getting out of that that's timidness, right? And I was able to now start building my social skills and trying to, navigate the world in terrains where I find people. Today, I still don't like being around people like to per se, but if there's something I need to go do around people, I'm comfortable there. I can go do it and then leave, right? So the point I'm making is, are there things you have developed in your life that has made you, maybe every time your company sends you out for one PRO thing, you just go? There's just a way you find a way just to get people to like you. Those are things people are actually going to pay for. They are struggling in their job right now, struggling with their work, struggling in their career because they don't know how to actually navigate their social life. They don't know how to make friends. They don't know how to have conversations. They struggle with that. They don't know how to even, they say a woman or a man, I mean, a woman, let's use that for some men, that they can't go approach that woman and have a good conversation and build that into something. They don't know how to do that, right? These are problems people are struggling with. You talk about your workplace relationships. Is there a way that you've been able to navigate your workplace over the years? You've never had problems with anybody, so people just like you. There's just certain things you just do. You find favor in your boss's eyes. You find this, even though your boss might be, everybody's complaining about this man. This man. But your case is not like that. No matter how evil the person might seem in other people's eyes, there's always a way you turn things around for yourself, and then you end up being his favorite staff. These are things people actually will pay money for, because all of these things is affecting their relationships, affecting their careers, affecting their ability to make more money, and affecting their growth. So people will pay money for anything that will help them grow in life, or anything that will help them get better, anything that will help them prevent certain things or cure certain problems, right? So this is really the three core markets. So as you listen to all of these markets, this is where self-reflection comes into play, because I do not know you personally. What do you know in any of these markets that could help you, that can enable you help somebody? Don't make the mistake of trying to pick multiple things. I see that in my program where I will take relationship and work market. No, don't go into multiple things. Focus is key at this level. So now the key here is choose what you are going to be spending your time in, which market you're going to spend time in. So let me know in the chat, which market are you going to be spending time in? Which market are you going to be spending time in?
Relationships.
Amazing. Relationships.
Yep.
So who else?
Relationships.
Beautiful. Who else? Which market are you going to be spending time in? Which one are you going to go all in? This one is one I want to focus on.
Relationship.
Health. Okay, amazing. Somebody say health.
Mine is
I will
relationship.
focus on helping people to save money.
Beautiful. Helping people to save money. Beautiful.
Focus on family.
Relationship.
Amazing. So you see now, we are now getting clarity, because this is very, very important as you navigate this journey. One thing I don't want you to do is get confused by which products do I want to sell. You don't need to confuse yourself about that yet. The focus is which problem am I going to solve and for who, right? Focus there, and then you now know your market. So let's move on to the next thing I have, which is your value bucket. So now we've already discussed about, why is this thing not showing here? Okay. So we've talked about the markets. Now let's talk about the value, right? Which is the thing we are going to give to these people, where we are going to find that information from. I call this the value bucket. The value bucket comprises of three core things. Number one is your personal experience. If you've lived more than 20, 30 years in this world, you've gathered a lot of experience, so much experience, right? And there's so many things you've learned from your own personal failures, your personal trials, your personal success. And those are things that could be developed into a solution to somebody's problem, because there's no new problem in the entire world. Nothing is new. The same problem we are suffering for in Nigeria, the same problem people are suffering for in America, the same problem people are suffering for in Dubai, Singapore, China, wherever it is. It's the same problem in every society. There's nothing new. So the point I'm making is this: in your life, you've gone through certain experiences over the years, things that seemed impossible when you were going through. Can I survive this? Where my God? Where's my God? And then over time you were able to overcome that stuff. This can even be for your own personal health challenges. It could be that at some point in your life you were making a lot of money, but then you would just blow the entire money. I'm guilty of that, and then nothing remains. And you later learned from life and say, okay, wow, when I make money, I have to be careful. Yeah, let me see how I can develop a formula to save money. And then as I save money and then know how to grow that money, right? Before you know, you start learning from your personal experience. The second thing is your career skills or career experiences. Over the years of practicing your careers, what are the things that people have come to you and say, man, there's something about you in this thing. Every time the entire company is struggling with this thing, you are always the first person to always come up with a solution to this thing. What is that thing for you? What is that thing that you find yourself done so well in your career? Like people struggle with this thing. It feels like it's second nature to you. People struggle with it. But then again, when it comes to your own case, you just find a smooth way to solve that problem, right? And then talk about other people's knowledge or experience, because at the end of the day, it must not just be your own experience or your knowledge or your skills. It might be other people's knowledge. Maybe there's somebody that has navigated life a certain way, that has solved certain problems for themselves. You could partner with them and then be the one to help them, bring that into the digital world. So it must not be something from your own experience or your own skills or your own knowledge, right? It could be for other people as well. So these are the 3 buckets of value that you could start thinking through when it comes to you've chosen your market. So now, which of these buckets contains the solution or the value that you are going to provide to that market, that you're going to sell to that market to solve that problem? Remember, everything must be tied to solving a problem. People will pay money to solve their problem. That's a fact. That's the best way to get money from people. Solve their problem, and then you're going to make money from them. So which of these brackets you want to look into? And when you are looking into these brackets, there's something I want you to really pay attention to, which is like, do not try to feel like it must be something you have all the answers to right now. It could be something that you are passionate about going to solve or look for the answers yourself. For instance, being somebody who is in the, if you want to be in the knowledge industry, right? The one thing that will help you succeed in this industry is be somebody who's obsessed over solving a problem. You are obsessed over solving the problem. That means I don't have the entire solution right now. It might even be a problem that you are solving, you are going through yourself, right? You being the one who says, I want to go find this solution. There must be a solution. And yes, every problem has a solution. So now I want to go solve this solution. So maybe I'm having this problem in my career. Every time I struggle with, having a good relationship with my colleagues, or there's something in your office that you have problem navigating over these years. Now is the time to say, okay, this thing has cost me so much. Let me find a way to solve it. You can now be the person who goes out there to look for people who can help you solve it. Now you're not coming at somebody who's really, I know it all. Rather, you're coming at somebody who says, okay, I have a problem, and I'm self-aware enough to know that this is a problem that is costing me so much. It has cost me so much growth, cost me so much money. So now, how do I solve this problem? Okay, there are certain people who have these solutions in their life. This person has been able to navigate to this stage. It's hard, in the career world. So definitely, he must have also gone through the same problem. Please, I would love to know. This is a problem I've been struggling with. I don't really mind paying for the solution. I don't mind giving you something just for you to answer my questions, the questions I have. about this problem. Now you're being somebody who becomes someone who's interested in solving a problem for yourself. Guess what? If you find that solution, know that there are many hundreds, thousands of people like you who's having that same problem in the market as well. All you just need to do now is carry that solution you discovered, try it, it works for you, then now carry it back to the market and say, all of you that's going through this problem, come. This is the solution. I experienced this thing for years. It was a thing I was struggling with. I got stuck, for years in this particular place, could not move forward, could not make more money, could not do anything. But today, this is my result. I have it now because why? I was able to learn it from this person. And these are the things the person said you should do. Step 1, you do like this. And when I was trying this is how it works. Step 2, pam. Now you have a strategy that you can offer to the market. Guess what? You'll be able to tell better stories, communicate in a better way to those people who are going through that problem. Why? Because it's something that you experienced yourself. I always tell people that the best people to sell to, that you can help, the best people to serve, rather, let me not use sell to, because sell can be biased. The best people to serve in this world, there are people that are going through a problem that you are either going through or a problem that you once went through. Why? Because you understand their situation better than any other person. Nobody needs to tell you how or where it hurts. Nobody needs to tell you how frustrating that problem is to them. So you will be more passionate in solving that problem for them because you know that you are actually doing a service to these people. Why? Because you knew how you felt when you were going through that stuff. You knew how that thing hurt you. You knew where it hurt. And now you've developed a strategy that will help them solve it. And this now becomes a mission that you can live with. This is my mission, to help these people solve this problem. Now you've now developed something called your own niche, which is the next thing we are talking about. So when we look at them, we need to talk about niche selection, right? This is all about, now you've decided, if you go back here, you've decided, okay, out of these 3 things, note that when you are using other people's knowledge, that means you are trying to solve that problem for yourself. It's something you are going through. So you want to go seek other people's knowledge to solve it for yourself, right? And if you can choose there, you don't have any excuse for why you cannot develop something beautiful for someone. I mean, I say beautiful, something that can help someone solve their problem, because you know that you're not just doing this just for money's sake. You are doing this because you know how painful that situation is, because you are experiencing it. And now you've decided to be the one who goes solve it for yourself. And I tell you, that will give you 2 things. Number 1, it will help you grow from your current stage to another stage. And now it will help you help other people grow from their current stage to another stage as well, which in terms of that the results for that service will now be money. That will not be the transaction. I am helping you grow from that stage to this stage while you are giving me money that will help me grow from this stage to my next stage, if it makes sense to you. So now, from the markets you've selected, you want to choose which of these buckets you want to focus on. Are there experiences that you've gone through in your life that you feel like, man, this is something that I could actually help people overcome, because I know how this thing was devastating for me. Maybe you were unfortunate to be in a bad relationship, and then that cost you your self-confidence, made you feel like you are shit, and then you were able to deal through that, find your confidence, build yourself out of that situation. Maybe now your calling is to go help other people who are going through that stuff to get out. Because why? Life will only show you the paths to where you need to go, so that you too can be someone who helps other people get to that path as well. That is the thing they call purpose. Helping other people get to a path, to a result. When you decide to make it your mission, now you find your purpose. Because nobody, I've never seen anybody in this world who will say you are helping people and you are sad. It's not possible. I'm helping these people and I'm sad. How? Even when they're not even paying you well in that thing that you're doing, if it's something you genuinely just care about, you'll be happy to do it for them. Because why? Helping people means you feel better about yourself. You feel like, wow, my life have meaning. It has something beyond me. I'm living not just because of my own personal selfish interest alone, but people get to smile because of the things I have done. These people get this result because of my contribution to them. There are two needs in life which you must really fulfill if you want to grow, if you want to feel like, man, I feel fulfilled. Number one is the need to contribute. Contribution. So now, what do you want to, which market do you want to contribute in? And which part of these buckets do you want to extract the information, the value from? It might be your own career journey. Over the years of your career, maybe you are retired now. There are certain things you did in your career that normally people who went through that, came from that path you came from, should not even succeed. But somehow, against all odds, you succeeded by having a successful career, retired in peace, and then now you're thinking about your next stage. When you look back in your life, in your career, you don't feel like a failure. You feel like, wow, I actually did good for myself, right? So now maybe your own journey now is go out of your way to now go find people who were at the stage in your journey that you felt confused, and now you want to help them navigate that career. Okay, like there's this man called Mr. James, yeah, who, when he started his career, he's an architect, right? When he started his career, back in the day, the traditional path was you have to go to school, graduate, and then go start working for companies as an architect. But when he graduated for school, he made a decision that he was not going to work for anybody, because when he looked at the salary and he looked at his own situation, because he had just gotten his first child, gotten married, and then he was like, where will I make money now to even take care of my family, take care of my own wife, and then be the kind of man that I want to be, family here and there and things like that. I can't go through this battle. So he now went through a path that is not even heard of, which is he went to start his own practice, started doing contract jobs, started becoming he went into consulting, and just doing his own private practice. And over the years, without even going through the traditional way that people talk about, he was able to succeed. He worked for Obasanjo government. He has done projects abroad, partnered with different companies in different places, built multiple big projects, huge projects. And today he's very, very successful as an architect. But he wouldn't have been successful if he had gone through that traditional path. This is why today he's helping other architects navigate that same journey without them going through the normal traditional path that enslaves them to a 9 to 5, whereby 40 years later they are still struggling financially. They don't get value they don't get paid the value that they provide. So the point I'm making here is that this can also be your own thing, maybe your own career. There are certain ways you navigated your own career. Now, choose which part of the value you are going to go with. You want to go with other people's knowledge? You want to go with your own career skills or experience? When I say career skills, note that this can be even in the normal blue collar sector. It must not be white collar jobs. It might be that you are a professional in one particular thing, plumbing, wedding, whatever it is. You can design a strategy to help other people navigate that path as well. Personal experience, health, wealth, anything at all that has to do with, maybe there's a way you built your first house. When people are talking about, I have to make billions to build my house, then you tried a different strategy and it worked for you, and now you are happy that you made that move. You sacrificed, you did that thing you did to be able to get that result. So now go through this bucket and choose which one am I going with? Which one do I feel a pull, a need? Do I feel genuinely interested in talking about? Because you might be in a career for 40 years and you don't really enjoy that career. You just be like, let me just do this thing just because it's giving me some money to take care of myself, right? Then now you want to go through life and be like, okay, are there things in my personal experience that I could draw out from, right? If your career, are there things you know about your career now that you could now go into consultancy, whereby I'm sharing this knowledge to people who are starting this career, or company owners who are in this career, who are in this field. I want to advise them on this particular thing, how they can go about this thing, because I worked for this big company and this is how they did it and this is how we navigated this journey. So I want to take those experiences and those knowledge that I've gathered from this big company and provide that to small businesses. And then things like that in your own life. So you want to ask these questions and get them answered as well. So now let me know which one you are going for. Are you going for career skills, your career experiences, or your own personal experiences, your own personal life experiences? Or you want to go for other people's knowledge or experiences? Which one?
Personal experience.
Personal life experience.
Personal experience.
Okay.
Personal experience.
Beautiful.
Personal experience.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Doc, is it that we cannot have a combination of one or two?
Yes, you can combine them into one. Because at the end of the day, we talk about personal experience. You can be in a career and still have your own personal experience as well. If that makes any sense. So you can combine personal experience and career experience into one. You can combine the three into one as well too.
One.
Yeah.
Because you learn from others as you go.
Yes. Yes.
So I think it can be a bonus.
Yes, 100%. That's a very beautiful question. So you can combine the three into one and form your own strategy from there, right? So you'll be like, okay, this is my personal experience, this is my career experience. Okay, this is what other people say about this thing. Okay, if I'm going to do this thing all over again, what angle will I go for? Okay, I tried this that time and this thing caused me a lot of issues. So let me not try this again. Let me put this one instead. So it now becomes this is where we talk about the framework, right? I'm going to explain that now. We'll go into the framework. It now becomes there's nothing written in stones in life. Nobody was given a manual to succeed in life. Nobody was given a blueprint, right? You figure things out as you go. So you combine the things you've learned in your own journey, and then the idea here is this is my own now. This is my personalized strategy for how, if I'm going to advise myself from 10 years ago or advise somebody who's struggling with this problem right now, this is what I would tell them to do differently. This is what I would tell them to try, because I feel like from all the things I've experienced and I've learned and I've done, this is the best practical step or strategy to solve this problem. So that becomes how you start designing your framework. So now let's move on from there. So what we talk about the niche. Now this selection is all about like, okay, you've decided you are going for wealth market, health market, or relationship market. This is a very vague and wild market. You know, there's so many things you can do to make money. There's so many strategies you can use to save money. There's so many ways you can use to save your money, right? And then when you talk about health, there's so many ways you can use to get healthy. There's so many ways you can use to build a relationship and whatever it is. So now the idea for this niche selection is really to come back to identifying, now that I've chosen wealth market or relationship market or health market, which specific category do I want to focus on? You know, when we talk about this side, we talk about for relationship now, say love marriages, right? So am I going to focus on marriage because, okay, I've been in marriage for quite a number of years? Am I going to focus on building a family? Am I going to focus on my social skills, workplace relationship? Or when I'm wealth, am I going to focus on make money? And when I make money, there are different ways to make money. Real estate is there. We have online business, we have cryptocurrency, we have different methods of making money, starting small businesses. All of these vehicles, there's no one that is better than anyone. There are successful stories in all of these industries, right? So now the idea here is for you to now select based on all of these things I know. Who is this person? Let's unmute. Let's mute ourselves, please. Okay, stuff. Okay. Based on these things I know about wealth, about how to make money, save money, or grow money, which industry am I going to? Have I really been successful at? Maybe it's real estate, insurance, the banking sector, whatever sector it is, whatever industry it is. Can even be maybe you are just a small trader that have successfully developed or built your business over the years in trading, and you know that could be also a small business So you want to choose which part of the market you are going for, which category you are going for. If it's relationship, choose which category you are going for. Is it marriage? Are you focusing on marriage? Are you focusing on life before marriage? How to select partners, choose all of those things? Are you focusing on how to build a family? Are you focusing on how to, parent? Are you talking about parenting? Are you talking about relationship with your spouse? Are you talking about health? What part of health? Are you talking about, say, specific ailment? How to cure diabetes, cure whatever sickness it is, right? Whichever one you are going for, you want to identify it now. Okay, this for my knowledge, for my value bucket, going back to that value bucket, for my value bucket, I know so much about this industry. I've been here for 40 years and I know a lot about it. I've solved countless problems in this industry. So now you choose that industry, whatever it is, oil and gas, doesn't matter. All of them is monetizable. There are people we can sell these solutions to when we create it. But now let's go back and decide, okay, which industry we are going for, which category we are going for, relationship, or which part of the health sector we are going for, right? Am I a doctor who has successfully built my own practice and my own hospital over the years instead of working for people? Is there a way I navigated that journey? Can I go teach other doctors as well how they can navigate this path and then be successful at it? All of these things are now the industry you start selecting. So which category you are going for, choose that category. Then we'll talk about the specific group. Now we are talking about the sub niche. This is the niche we are looking at now. We want to select our niche because really this is really where everything lies. So now the niche has to do with, okay, the niche is the specific niche has to do with like a specific problem that is associated to a specific group of people in that niche. And this group of people can be yourself, a version of yourself from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, that didn't know the things you know now, right? When you group multiple of those versions of people together, that becomes a group of people. So I'm not going after, okay, let me say I choose marriage now as a niche, right? I'm not going after everybody. I don't understand how to become a good wife. I'm not a wife. I'm not a woman. I'm a man. Maybe I understand how to be a better husband, or whatever niche you are looking at. Okay, which specific group of people are you going to look at? Are you going to focus on single mothers, or focus on career women, new parents, new parents who just new career parents, how to navigate that journey of being a new mom and also having a career, how to navigate a journey? Are you going to focus on that? Are you going to focus on new business owners who are just starting their business for the first time, how they can structure their business, get all the right documents, do their bookkeeping? Do you have information on that? Are you going to focus on somebody who's just starting out that trade? Maybe there's how to navigate and maybe do small super stores, and how to really, you've successfully built that kind of super stores in different multiple locations, or even manage one. Are you going to focus on that? So now the idea here is we want to take it from this is the industry now, right? And then niche it down to a specific segment in that industry. And the way you categorize this niche really is the kind of people there, right? The group of people you are going to look at, you are going to be able to speak to. For instance, in my niche, in the things I teach, I don't focus on, when it comes to maybe making money online, I could teach young people my age how to navigate this journey. But personally, I don't relate to them. I don't relate to their mindsets, because many of them are just so not ready for the seriousness that life brings. And for me, I had to make a decision that, man, people are not going to value the things I offer at this stage, because for me, I've lived a unique life that has allowed me to be careful enough to identify these patterns. But so many young people are not like that. So that will not be a market I would really be passionate to share anything on, because the things I know, I feel like my mind is so mature that it's just, even my peers, I don't have friends in my peer group, because we cannot relate in things we talk about, in the things I want to do with my life, or the things I want to say, right? So the point I'm making is I had to choose a different segment, which is 40 to 60 plus years, because those are the people who I feel have gone through life, experienced the kind of I've gathered experiences, I've gathered knowledge, wisdom that I feel like I could be able to help them monetize because they have something already. They've gone through the system. They know that this system is they've already seen the result of thinking traditionally, right? They've gone through that part of traditional orthodox mentality, and then they know that that thing doesn't work. So they will be more open-minded to seeing a different way of thinking, looking at things. So that market is a market that I went for, and then focus more on people who have things to offer, career people and all of those things. So you want to now really bring that niche out, which is like the group of people you are going to go for. Am I going to be talking to? I know your knowledge can go for everybody. Maybe, yes, you can speak to everybody. That's beautiful. Is this window closed? So that's beautiful. But do not make the mistake of speaking to everybody, because any person that is trying to sell to everybody is selling to no one. The key here is specificity. Yeah, you have to be clear on the specific individual that you are trying to help, not the group of people you're trying to help, or the specific individual you're trying to help. You must be able to describe this person, describe their age range, the kind of career they are in, the kind of things they are struggling with. Why? Because when you know this person so well, you'll be able to communicate in a language that will make them relate to you and feel like, wow, everybody is talking about how to solve this problem, but you see this person here, there's an angle this person comes from that just makes me feel like they understand me so well. They know my problem. They know what I'm going through, and they are the best person to help me. That is really the key here. Pick a specific person. It could be a friend you know, that you've been seeing this person go through this, have this problem for years, and because you guys are close, you tell them things, but they don't really take you seriously. But perhaps you know so much about them that you'll be able to help them if they just listen, right? That person becomes your prototype, if I may, or your customer avatar, the person that you are going to serve, the one person you are going to serve. The key here is to find that person in this group of people, single mothers, married women, right? Whatever thing you are looking for, whatever industry or market you've chosen to go for, pick a specific person in that market that you want to help. You're not helping everybody, you're just helping that one person, because this gives your message clarity. It gives your message focus. It gives even your strategy, it gives it more power, because you will be able to sell it for more. Because now, for instance, there's a new program I'm working on which is going to focus on, because normally the product automation masterclass I've been selling has been focused on multiple people, right? Now I want to niche it down to people who are more in the white collar sector, who have spent at least 20 years in their field, doctors, professionals who are very, very skilled at what they do. So I noticed that even the pattern of communication and the way I want to go about selling that is going to be different. But the point I'm making is that you have to be specific and clear on this person, because it's very, very important. When you wake up from bed, you are not confused about the person you are talking to or the person you are helping. You're not helping everybody. You're just helping that one person. And that one person is 1,000, is 10,000, is 1 million. There's so many of that version of person in the world. But when you focus on that one person, it makes you can pick up your phone and make a video and speak to this person, because you know the person well. You go to bed thinking obsessively on, how can I help this person more? How can I serve them better? What can I do to ensure that this person gets this result? So now we are looking at two things: specific person and specific results. What is the result that you are giving them? That is to say, you already know the problem, right? So the specific problem they are going through right now, and then what is the specific result that you want to give them? This will enable you design the framework easily, if it makes any sense. So we're almost, okay, it's almost down. It's okay. So anyways, this will help you solve the problem easily. So now let's go to the last thing we have for today before we open the Q&A section, right? which is my pen is down. Which is this thing I call the escape and arrival framework. So the idea here is now to identify 2 points. So the first point is the pain, which is the problem you are going through right now. Because pain and problem, they are two sides of the same coin. When you have a pain, when you have a problem, you have a pain. That thing frustrates you. You don't go to bed. You go to bed, you stay on your bed and start thinking until you manage to doze off, right? Because you are constantly thinking about your problem. The problem that you are going through right now, that's the one thing you want to identify in that market. So what is the specific problem that person that you've decided to serve is going through right now? What's that problem? Then the next thing is the outcome, which is the result. So now, what is the outcome you are going to help them achieve? That is, when you remove the problem, what is the result? So now you solve the problem for them now. What is the thing they are going to achieve from that? So now, these are the 2 points we really want to spend time in. It's important we become very clear on these 2 points. Water. On my table there. It's important we spend time on these 2 points. Point 1, the problem. Point 2, the outcome. This is where we are going to end this section here. So I would like for you guys to tell me, based on your market, what problem is this individual going through right now? Not the group of individuals, that individual that you want to help right now. Like you say, you know something that could help them. You have a value that could help them solve that problem. What is that problem they're going through right now? Right? And then the next thing is, what would their life look like when you solve this problem for them? This has nothing to do with your strategy now. The thing is this now, they have a problem. And if you come with your formula to say, okay, take this formula or this solution, and then they use that solution, and the idea for that solution is to remove that problem, what will be the results they are going to have when they solve that problem? So let me use some examples now. So point 1 now, problem the person is having is always going broke. No matter how much they make. Right? So this is the problem right now. I'm assuming we're just trying to say, okay, I want to help a father who has 2 children, who his major problem is that he always goes broke, no matter how much they pay. He makes money, but no matter how much he earns, he always go back to zero before the month's end. Always living in lack, in brokenness. So the solution is, the result they are going to get after I help them with what I'm going to show them is that the outcome, they're able to save at least 30% of their income. No matter how much they make, they are going to be able to save at least a minimum of 30% of their income, no matter how much they make. Now, understand that this person at this stage, when you make money and then you always go broke, you are going to feel frustrated, anxious, stressed, worried all the time. God, when will I choose this problem? I just received 3 million. It has gone. God, when will this thing stop? You are frustrated. You know, mentally you're not okay. You are always thinking, you are stressed all the time because you are worried. And then when you come to this side now, wow, I was able to save 30%. I have about 200K in the bank that I know I'm not touched until my next salary comes. Beautiful. Wow. I have 600K now. I have 1 million now saved, right? I have so much now. It makes them happy. At least they have some emergency funds somewhere. They have something that they know that at least, even though every month they are working is going into bills and everything, they are having something that they can feel like they are growing financially. Last month, my savings was 30,000. Now it's 100,000. Next month, it's 600. There's growth there. So now, these are the 2 points you want to identify. The results they are going to get and the problem they are going through. So this is our assignment for today. Identify the 2 points. And remember, it must be linked to this market. This market must be linked to this market. Either the wealth market, relationship market, or health market. So which problem inside this market are you helping them solve? And then from what you know, from your value bucket, what are you providing them? And when you provide them that solution, that strategy, don't think about the strategy yet, right? Just choose. When you provide them that strategy, what outcome are they going to have? What result are they going to have when you give them that strategy? That's a solution. So now this is where we start thinking through this entire process. I hope we are clear on this. So I would love us to start asking questions. This was a digging borehole in this estate. So let's go with the questions now. What we are going to do now is, if you have questions, don't just unmute yourself and just ask like that randomly because it's going to be disorganized. If you have questions, raise your hand. There's a sign there that says raise your hand.
Where
is this thing again? Amazing, let's go. Rach, is it Rach? Yes. Geoff. Mr. Rach.
Hello? Hello, sorry. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much for your knowledge. It's been so impactful. Yeah, my question is this, talking about your life experience and everything, what niche does that fall under? Is it relationship or is it life experience or because you spoke about health, you spoke about relationship, you spoke about solving people's problem, health as well. So I don't know what niche does that fall under, the talking about your stuff, your life experience.
Your life experience can fall under any niche. For instance, I'll give you my own personal experience. So the example I gave right now about saving money, right? It's something I struggle with in my initial stages when I started making money online. You know, because of how much money was coming in at the time and my lack of understanding what money is and how money is actually being managed, I would just make all of this money, spend it to buy some dumb shit, you know, just to look a certain way or to make people feel like, okay, this guy is doing well. And then I've noticed that in that process, I will just be living in this constant state of lack, whereby I'm always broke. I'm making money, but I'm always broke. Like you make good money, but you are broke. So for me, when I started trying to solve that problem for myself, I started going to read books, learn more about finance, wealth, and how everything is created and wealth building and all of these things. And that was when I started understanding the concept of like, okay, you have to have a discipline in your finances. which is like you don't have to spend everything no matter how much you're making, no matter how little it is. You have to save some money, and then not just save money, but when you keep some money in the bank, because I noticed I was saving money even when I was still going broke. I would save money, but then again, one problem will just come, and then everything just goes away. There's always that one problem that comes from this family thing, this one thing, you know, you want to help, and then you are just back again to square zero. And I start understanding that you have to have a discipline in your finances, which is like, no matter what happens, man, this money is not, I don't touch it, I can't touch it, please, I don't have money, right? So in that process, I started learning more about, okay, saving money, and not just to save, but to also grow as well. When you save money, what do you do with the money and all of those things? So I started learning more about finances, and that started helping me grow financially as well. So it's not just about making money. So that falls under wealth now, right? And I could also have an experience around maybe, for instance, I'm a parent, I have 2 kids. When I first became a parent, it was a tough thing because I didn't really know, I wasn't raised in a normal traditional family settings where I would know how, you know, a father should treat their child, or, you know, all of these things. So it became a learning experience for me, whereby I started learning, reading more, learning about, because I want to be a better parent to my child, to my children. So I started learning more about this thing called parenting, how to manage your emotions, all of these things, right? So in that process, I started learning more about parenthood, right? That came from my own experiences. So I could decide to now say, okay, I want to teach other parents how they can navigate that journey, maybe first-time dads, how they can navigate that journey, the chaos of how do you balance trying to provide for your family and still showing up for your family. You know, how do you balance that? How do you ensure that you're not just ignorantly raising children, but you are intentional in that process? So that could also, it's a different market that has to do with relationship itself. It's not about wealth. So your experience can fall into any of these buckets, which is like, you can say I have experience on how to solve a particular problem in wealth, or I have experience in how to solve problem in health, or I have experience in how to solve problem in relationship. So whatever category you want to choose, we have family there, we have personal relationship, we have so many categories in that. So you just decide, if you are going with your own personal experience and you say that there's something you've lived through, what did you live through though? And what was the problem that you were facing at the time? And what did it cost you? You want to categorize it yourself to say, okay, this thing, because of this thing, I wasn't making enough money here, or I was always having to move from one relationship to another because I didn't know what I know now about relationship now. Or I was married once and then that thing fell apart because I didn't know what I know now about marriage. So the point is, you have to now categorize your own experience in any of this bucket and say, okay, this experience falls into this because I believe that health is anything that has to help somebody get healthy or cure ailment. Wealth is about making money, grow money, and save money. And then health is relationship around workplace relationship, confidence, building relationship with your family, and all of these things, right? So which would you categorize your own experience on? That becomes your own personal choice and decision. I hope that was clear.
Good morning, doctor.
Who is this person?
Good morning, doctor. Good morning, doctor.
Mr. Samuel.
Yeah. Wonderful presentation. Good morning.
What is this noise now? Hello.
Yeah, I work together.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Doctor. There's this issue that you know, I don't know where we can put it in all these niches that you have discussed. Like right from my youth, I have a passion for helping people that have challenges. Like let's assume that maybe somebody sells on the roadside, maybe that's 1 cup of rice, 1 mudu of rice, and all those stuff. Now, maybe I have money to help the person to buy a bag of rice to support the person's business to grow for bigger than what he's doing. That's what used to, right from my youth even till this. And when people have challenges, how to support their business and grow it, I look at these things that we have talked about now. I don't know where we can key it in because it's not something that we can say we want to teach people how to assist people in businesses and all those stuff. That's why I say I should ask. In the crowd, maybe other people may also have an idea that we can say, okay, this is what can be done in that area. Because it's like a passionate thing or a natural thing that is inbuilt right from my youth. Even while I was in primary school through secondary school to university, they still did how to support people to grow above the level that they are financially. That's my
That's
challenge that I don't know.
So that's amazing. What you're talking about, is charity, and that's
Okay.
a personal thing that you can't monetize charity now. Charity is charity.
Okay.
You love to help people. That's normal. What we are talking about here is something people can pay for.
No, I have that one already. I have
Uh-huh.
that already. I have
So-
that. I just want to find out where this one can be
Okay.
categorized under. That's all.
That's charity. That's your personal contribution. Like, this is what I just love to do at my time. So that's charity. That's not. It's not. It can't build a business on that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Mr. Igwe, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Mr. Igwe.
Hello?
Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you want to talk, please. Raise your hand, okay?
Dr. Edrims, I think the Igwe you are calling is a lady. Maybe her name is her surname is Igwe. I think she's a lady. Igwe Pastor Chinenye.
Chinenye, yeah, Chinenye, please go ahead. She's not there again. Let's go to the next person. Ubom, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, or good morning, doctor.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes. Please, my own is not that much, but I have a challenge about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Where what happens to be a manager in one-man business. And one of my friends then was seeking for employment, and I had to employ him. So not knowing that my challenge, my downfall, will now fall upon from his own angle. So that actually led me to find myself in a place where I'm supposed not to. So it has given me serious pains until I stumble on your course. So I've now realized that if I put this one across as my course or ebook, it can serve others that already have somebody like me that having that pains within them. So what I'm really focused on now is about the injustice. Those people that passing through traumas in life. So that is why I come up with the ebook that says break free from wrongful conviction to a life rebuild. So I don't know, though I structure it in two parts. One part is all about the inner liberation journey, and the two part is quiet power protocol. And this second part really gives me assurance that I will really fix the problem on how somebody like me can rebuild a new life. And I got this inspiration from your own post once that you're really saying about noise. If I can quote you directly, you said something about understanding that everything you are hearing in life is noise. Everything you are hearing from news, media, friends, and the parents, everyone is just making noise.
Yeah.
So the only voice that truly matters is your own inner voice. That little voice that is calm, gentle, that has been lost in the midst of all this class, you have to reconnect with that. That really interests me most. And the only way to do that is to find stillness within. If you can find and tap into that voice and let it guide you, and you made a statement that you promise us that I will have an amazing life filled with peace, so much abundance, so much wealth, so much fulfillment because of the end of the day. So the reason why you are struggling to find peace is because I have created not aligned with my soul. So you advise us in that video that we should go back and find our own inner voice. This is something my pastor cannot help me, and this is something no one can help me as well. So this is a self journey, and it must be intentional. So this is where the quiet power protocol begins in my own. So I see it as part of how to rebuild somebody like me that are passing through pains. So I'm now having an issue now. If I can channel these people, if they can fetch me something, or I can as well save people from secret pains. So my one question is how to test its organic cells, because for me, it will be a little challenge to locate this kind of people to buy it organically. So I need a wise strategy to achieve the first sales. And two, will it be profitable if I convert it to a digital online course? So that's all about it, sir.
Amazing. So, if I get you correctly, you experienced something 10 years ago, and that kind of puts you in a very devastating position where for years it kind of affected your growth because
yes,
you were struggling to let go of it, I believe. Are you there? Hello, are you there? So, what the category you are talking about now will fall under, I think it's going to fall under relationship, because that's relationship with self, personal power. And for me, I understand what you are talking about, because, you know, when certain things happen to you and you are not able to, maybe betrayal, somebody betrayed you, you're not able to move past that pain, you're going to get stuck in always that regrets. I wish I'd done things differently. And then we get into that blame state, blaming, this person is the reason why I'm still here. This person is the reason why I'm still here. This person did this to me. This person did this to me. And that cycle can continue for years. And you realize that because you are not letting go of that thing, it pulls you, pulling you back. So the way you would structure your program is around, you can even put it inside the wealth market as well, because it's also something around wealth, or also something around health as well. So you just choose which of the market, because then again, if you do not overcome that, you cannot make more money, you cannot grow, you cannot really attain the kind of life you would normally would have attained if that did not happen. And you want to identify how to overcome.
Test it organically if it will sell.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, so you've not developed the framework yet, right? So I think that question will be better left for when we develop the framework. But the point I'm making here is that what you want to do with that information is understand that people go through different situations like that. Maybe betrayal, how to overcome betrayal from a close friend or something like that, right? A business partner, how to overcome when you feel betrayed or things like that, right? You could identify that and then say, okay, when you overcome this betrayal, who do you become at the end of the day? For me, I would rather reframe it to how to use betrayal to your advantage in life, because that has more power. Because at the end of the day, the key to overcoming anything is to use it. For me, when things happen to me, when I feel pain, I go use the pain to create something for myself. So now I get to a place whereby I'm like, when I look at that betrayal anymore, it's not like I learned something from that. It's not a lesson. So I would reframe it. That framework needs to be reframed to something that will empower someone to now use that pain to achieve something. So you can deal with things around how to use a pain you suffered to get what you want. That would make more sense to me in terms of like a product than say, I didn't even get the name of the product that you created though, but I would frame it to...
It will break free from wrongful conviction to a life rebuild, because that thing has gotten me to a prison of which I found an appeal, and now I've been able.
Okay, amazing. So wrongful conviction, not everybody can relate to wrongful conviction, right? So we want to make it around something that would be relatable to more people, which is like, which is going to be around the, I think I'm looking at it. I don't know how wide that net, how wide we can cast that net, you know, how wide we can cast it. So we're trying to look at things that would relate to a deeper pain, right? Understanding the wrongful conviction can be depressing, but then again, how do we relate to something that more people can relate to in terms of the market? Because are you there? Please unmute yourself. Let me ask the question then.
Okay, I'm with you, sir.
For you, which market would you think that would be on? That would fall under?
I see it as a market in terms of externality or injustice survival.
No, when we talk about health, wealth, and relationship, which market?
Relationship, that has to be family.
Okay.
Because it was my close friend, it's something that was my childhood friend. So I see it in family.
So what did that experience do for you positively though?
Hello?
That experience, what did it do for you positively?
Okay, the actual thing is that he committed fraud.
I understand.
He committed fraud in that company. Yes,
I
yes.
understand.
Though,
you lost your job as a result of that. I mean,
yes, I lost my job. Yes.
And what did that experience helped you achieve later down the line? Or did you not? Is this something that you still think about to this day and you still regret?
No, I've been able to pull myself out from it, some certain steps that I carry out on my own self, and it really helped me. I forgot about it. I focus on my life, and of which, as it stands now, it's added an advantage to me, and I see it as a lesson, and I see it as a very wide advantage over my life. So that is why I really feels like sharing this to others who might have passed through the same pains I had.
That pain came from betrayal, right? The betrayal of a friend. Okay. Then you should focus it on betrayal rather than conviction, wrongful conviction, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, if you focus it on betrayal, a lot of people get betrayed by so many people. It's a constant thing in life whereby people get betrayed. So how do you use betrayal, right? How do you use betrayal to your own advantage? That can be something that somebody will be interested in. I feel betrayed by this person. So you mean I can use it to my advantage and turn my life around with this thing, with this pain? So that would be more, if you can reframe it. I'm trying to get you to reframe it from that wrongful conviction to just something around the betrayal, so that it becomes a more relatable topic that more people can relate to. Betrayal can come from spouse, friends, family, can come from business partners, can come from any sector, right? So it will be more relatable that you find a way to use betrayal to your own advantage, and you're able to build something of yourself from that betrayal. So frame it around betrayal and see, okay, the first point is the pain is somebody betrayed me. Somebody I trusted so well betrayed me. That's painful. That's depressing if you don't know how to manage it. Then the second thing is now the outcome. But I was able to achieve these results from this betrayal. Regardless of this person's betrayal, I was able to use it, take advantage of it, and then create something of myself, made this amount of money, or I can even frame that. If I want to use that, I can say my own personal experience now. I can say how to use betrayal to make more money. that makes sense to me because I've actually used betrayal to make more money. You know, the pain from that betrayal, right, to make more money. So that can also fall into the wealth market, using betrayal to make more money. And if you look at that, then now you cannot decide to, okay, these are my framework. First of all, I did this, I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that, and it led me to make more money. I don't know if it's making sense to you though.
Yes, actually it is. I'm okay.
So that's where we want to really hinge it on.
It's okay, sir. I'm grateful.
Good morning, doctor. Good morning, doctor.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Please, I'm so sorry. I didn't know where I pressed my phone. That got me confused.
Okay.
I wanted to ask a question.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
There is a question I want to ask.
Go ahead.
I have chosen to go into this health market.
Okay.
So into that health market, the niche is how to cure stomach ulcer.
Okay.
The remedies for it. So, but I have this burning desire. To teach new beginners on fashion and designing. Do you understand me? And I'm into it now. I run a business on fashion and designing. I have this burning desire to teach new beginners on how to navigate themselves through fashion and designing without going to a shop for them to learn how to do it.
Okay.
So, and now I'm confused because you say we should choose one. So what do I do now? Is it going to be on how to on fashion and designing or on the health market, which is the ulcer cure? So which one am I now going to go into?
The first thing is how long have you been a fashion designer for?
I've been for 7 years now.
And that's your main business, yeah?
That's my main business now.
Why did you start fashion design?
It's just to help myself and also to be the one to creating what I wear and others.
Okay.
And also to make money too.
Mm-hmm. So you are from I can hear kids voices from the background. You have kids, I guess.
Yes. What are you saying?
I said you have children, eh?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So you say you are passionate about teaching people how to get into fashion design without them going to a shop. That's a beautiful niche, if you ask me. So now,
yes,
what I would do personally is I'll focus that on not just people generally. I'll focus it on mothers, right? Because most women, most mothers,
yes,
they might not have skills. So now, okay, they just put to bed. I might say, okay, I want to teach new mothers how to go into fashion design from their home. You know, at that stage, they don't really have things they are doing. They just are looking for things to do. So how would you want to, how can you now guide them through that path to be able to start the business, learn it from your home, right? So that means, you know, that can be that can be a sellable product, but it depends on how well you are able to transfer the knowledge on video, because I think you are going to be using videos to show them how to do it, right?
Yes, it's video.
Yeah, so it's a good one. I would suggest you go with that one because you say it's something that you enjoy. You've done it for 7 years, so that comes with a lot of knowledge and experience. So that will be a better one than that stomach ulcer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And another one. This you gave us assignments, right? So is it going to be ebook, as in writing?
Forget about the ebook or anything now. What we are trying to design from this process is our framework, our strategy, right? So you said you want to teach somebody how to become a fashion designer without going to a shop.
Yes.
So now, how are you going to teach them this fashion design? What are the steps you are going to teach them through? What you are going to guide them through? What things are you going to show them? Right? Those are the framework, the strategy. Step one. These are the things you are going to do. So what we are trying to identify here for the assignment is
yes.
Let me share my screen again.
Okay.
What you are trying to identify for the assignment is 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
Point A, this is where they are right now.
Yes.
Where the person is. All right? Where the person is.
Yes.
That is a problem state. So for you now, the person is a mother who don't have anything they are doing and they want to do something. They are confused about what to do, or they want to learn something to be able to support their family, and they don't have the time to. Yeah, they don't have the time to go to a shop because now they are looking after their children, right? So
yes,
that's where they are now. They are here, they don't have their own money, they are depending on their husband, so they want to do something with their time so that they can be able to contribute and also help take care of their family, right? That's the first point they are in. So the second point now is point B. That is the results, the outcome.
Yes.
By coming to you and you teaching them what you know, what is their life going to look like? Their life is going to look like your life now, which is like now you have a skill that people can pay you for, right? People pay you for, and you've started your own business, right? Business from your home by doing your small tailoring. You are sewing small things, getting jobs from your neighbors, and then you are gathering them, and from there you are building your own business small, you're gradually, right? So now this is now the 2 points. So this woman now she's unhappy that she's not making her own money, she's not contributing. If you can take this woman to a woman who is not passionate about fashion, she has learned fashion, she has been able to sew her first clothes, her second clothes, right? She's doing the things small. She has taken one person's job, they have paid her first money, she has taken on that one, she has paid her second money. That person would be happy, yes or no?
Yes, exactly.
So beautiful. So these are the 2 points you want to identify. And then when we talk about our next class, we'll not decide what are the steps we are going to walk them through to get to that stage, right? That becomes our framework. So the idea here now is focus on the 2 points you're going to take them through. Point one, the pain they are going through, the struggles, their frustrations. Point two, the outcome, the results.
The results.
Yeah, the life they are going to achieve now from having learned this skill. Yeah, after they learn the skill, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
thank you, sir. God bless you. All right.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Please hold on. Sir. Who is that person? Hold on. Kindly hold on.
Okay.
Raise your hands if you want to speak, okay? Madam Kayinde, please go ahead.
Thank you for the honor, sir. And mine is actually clarity, not really question. And I wanted to also react to my colleague that said he had a passion to help thriving people. And now in this class, if that can be monetized. I know you have told him the class of what he does is charity. But if we look in line with how we said, the strengths we think we have, what propels us, what makes us happy, what gives us satisfaction. If we can bring it together now and monetize it, I think maybe, I don't know where the niche will be or the category to be. That's why I want to air it now. What if it goes into something about wealth building and collaboration effort? For instance, if you see someone who is on a meager trade and he has money to invest in that trade for the person to make it a little bigger, he can now not do it for free. He can now begin to do it in a collab way and get some percentage from whatever proceed the person has. All goes into communication and agreement. That's what I think can come out of that. going by the knowledge we now have, that we should transform our passion and value to make money. So that is my reaction on that part. Depending on how he does it and what level he does it, I think to some extent he can begin to package it and begin to go into collaboration with people. Cannot all just be for free. That's my passion on that one. Then my concern that I will need clarity for is on the niche creation. I found out that when we pick a niche, like when we talk about relationship, I'm just talking now from experience, but I need to be guided. When we look at the buckets, in our bucket we have career skills and experience. In our bucket we have personal experience, and we have other people's experience. If we look at this bucket and want to bring these skills to life, we want to harness the lessons we've gotten from these three categories in this bucket and use it to create something in whatever niche we I'm coming to niche. Is niche now I have issue.
Yeah.
And package it together, you find out that you might have more than one category of person that can actually benefit from this.
Yeah.
Let me pick one so that I'll be more clear. I said I wanted relationship. This relationship can cut across both work relationship, family relationship, and even marriage. Like, you are aware of something we call the work-life balance. And when you talk about work-life balance, it embodies all this. So when you're now going into being specific with the niche, are we not going to do injustice to some specific people if I say now these experiences in career, in everything I need to guide people into, I should just pick a niche of people that are my 20 years back? Like, I'm 60 now, I want to talk to people who are 40. In life, you find out that there are people who are just 30 and already going through the struggle. And there are those, when you talk about marriages, you find marriage of 35 years being threatened to separation. They have bottled up all the worries till now, and they think they want to just break it, and yet it can be salvaged with knowledge. So how do you create this kind of niche that will not really remove anybody from the bucket, but give at least 2 or 3 category of people the opportunity to learn from what you have to offer? This is where I need guidance, sir.
This is a very beautiful question. Thank you so much. First of all, on the aspect of why you were talking about that question, Mr. Samuel asks.
Sorry, I forgot the name of the person. That's why I just said the colleague.
Yeah,
okay.
So I think something just came to mind. What I would do rather, if I was in that shoes, I love to help people who are maybe small business owners or maybe coming up. I would rather do something around, but I don't know how monetizable that would be. But then I would do something around, because I believe that it's better to educate people first before you even give them money. Because you can give people money and then without the education, they are not still going to grow. So
that's where the collaboration comes in, sir.
Yeah.
You seek to collab with people. That's why you will pick a niche of people who are struggling with their businesses. And then there will be session for clarity, knowledge, before even the offer of, if you have the opportunity to be given this, to raise your business level to this, what are you willing to share? Already it's going on silently. You will find some who will say, no, I'd rather be in this my low depending on their vision. You find some who will say, if someone can help me to this, I will be giving so. So it comes like in a collaborative package where it will be clearly spelled out. So I think it takes two to tango. There will be an agreement. That's what I think.
Yeah, it makes sense. The demographic is just the only struggle. For demographics is, it's not just about picking a niche as well. It's also about, because I still believe in the entire thing I do is about impact and profits. You serve more when you're not worried about your own finances, because then again now, you get to a stage whereby if you are just only serving and then there's no reward for that service, you get burnt out, because then you be like, You know how Nigeria passion cannot pay the bills. I have to go and find something like I have to do, right?
Yes.
They get burnt out. So for me, I like choosing a category where I know that this thing is something I can monetize, and also I can serve, and I'm seeing the impact. I'm also seeing the financial reward as well, because now that gives me more passion to do the work better.
So also for those, you see what you have done.
To also be able to share more, learn more, grow more, and evolve more. So the market itself, right? The people, the specific group of people is talking about are not people I feel like they'll be willing to invest in education per se, because now there are people who are selling on the roadside. Not all of them know the importance of, like, I need to, you know, we Nigerians, we are fond of doing things the same way. This person opened this kiosk like this. Let me do my own like this. Everybody do their own like this. So most people are not willing to go invest in information to allow them to say, okay, these people do this thing, like, let me do this thing like this, the way these people say I should do it, right? And there lies in the problem whereby people are not able to grow financially and even in their business as well. So the reason why I just put the niche down is because it's not something I see I'm not saying a way to monetize it per se. I'm only going to give my own advice on, like, this thing is monetizable, so that you are not putting your energy into something that will not reward you later down the line. Because the idea for what we are trying to build here is, how can we go into an industry and serve and still make financial profits in the end of the day? So we are not just burning our energy for nothing. Because even if we go by for the Christian religion, even the Bible said, you know, the work of your hand will be rewarded, right? So that's just the point of that. Then coming back to the question you asked about niching, the reason why we are starting out.
Yes.
Yeah, the reason why we are starting out with a specific niche, a clear niche, it's not because you want to box yourself. It's because that's starting point. The one thing you need at that start is clarity. Clarity in who you are serving, how you are serving them, and the results you are giving them. Without that clarity, you are going to be confused about what to even share.
Jesus.
You're going to be confused about what to even share. You're going to be confused about what to even share and how to even go about sharing what you want to share. So you're going to get stuck in, I have knowledge in people that want to build family. I have knowledge in people who want to build business. Who do I even go? Who do I speak to today? Right? But when you are absolutely clear on, I have knowledge in all of these things, but for now, I just want to focus on serving this individual. It must not be yourself of 10 years ago or 5 years ago. I'm just making it easy when I say that, because, you know, the one thing that will make your message relatable to people is when you are able to tell stories that they can relate with, because everybody can say the same thing. How you tell your own stories about this particular topic will make this person relate to you and want to buy into your solution, because they feel like, wow, this person's stories is just like how I felt, or is how I'm feeling right now. So I believe that if they've been able to overcome this situation for themselves, they are the best person to help me overcome.
Come around like this.
They are the best person to help me overcome this situation for myself as well. So the point I'm making with the niche is, we are just focusing on one category now. Then as we keep growing, keep evolving, we are going to be expanding that. Trust me, you can pick your phone now and speak to, you say you want to speak to somebody in their 40s right now about a particular problem. You can be speaking to that person, and somebody in their 30s can relate to it, because maybe that person is in that journey as well, in that stage in their journey. Or somebody in their 50 can relate to it, because that person might be in that stage in their journey as well. So, but you are not confused about your messaging or about what to say, because you know exactly who you are speaking to, and that gives you clarity to communicate. Because when you communicate to one person about this thing, it's easy for you to deliver the message and tell stories that the person can relate to, than when you're trying to put everybody in mind when you are speaking. That creates confusion in your messaging. And that's what we are trying to avoid at this stage. Trust me, I promise you that as you go into the market, the message is going to keep expanding. But we are just boxing it now to be able to focus our attention in number one, our messaging. Number two, developing our messaging. Number two, designing our framework, which is a strategy. Because if I am creating a solution for somebody, and then I have three categories of people here. One, a banker, one, a doctor, and one, let's say this person is a business owner. This person is a business owner, right? If I am focused on the banker alone, it's going to be easy for me to design something for the banker alone. If I'm focused on the doctor alone, it's going to be easy to design something for the doctor. Focus on the business owner, it's going to be easy to design something for the business owner. But if I'm trying to focus on the theory of these people, I'm going to be struggling to design something. Why? Because the business owner is in a different stage in his journey, right? He's doing different things with his time. The doctor, this different time. Banker, different time, right? But these people might be trying to solve the same problem. But now, where do I start from?
Differentiate their uniqueness. Yeah.
Yes. Where do I start from? Do I talk about the business owner who has a different time than this person? So that confusion will create confusion in your messaging, create confusion in your own strategy, create confusion in your own business as well. But if you are focused on one specific niche, that helps you clarity. So now everything you are designing at this stage, this might not be the best. It might not be the best product you are going to create. You might evolve later down the line and be like, oh, the market has now known me to help this demographic now. So now I want to expand my messaging a little bit to bring more people into my world, to let them know that I am also good at this thing. Then now you have audience to speak to in that regard. But when you are starting out speaking to everybody, speaking to no one, this is why we are really diving deep into saying, okay, we want to clarify that we are speaking to just one specific individual who have a specific problem, who want to give a specific result, or who wants a specific result, and we are creating a specific solution for this person. This itself really is the most powerful thing that you can do at this beginning stage. Trust me, it's very, very important.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
It's clear.
Okay, doctor, can I say something concerning my story pertaining to this you are saying?
Please, hold on. Let's go for. If you want to speak, kindly raise your hands. Let's be ordered.
I raised my hand.
Hello, doctor.
People are online.
Hello.
Okay, just
Hello,
hold on.
doctor.
We are going to go. Yes, hold on.
Hello, doctor.
I'm coming to you. Hold on. Let's go to Ola Dane. Okay. Weak Life. I beg. That's that name. Please pardon me.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. I'll be good.
Oladende Wycliffe is the name.
Okay.
Oladende Wycliffe.
Oladende.
Good day, doctor.
Okay, Dende. Okay.
Wycliffe.
Okay.
Wycliffe. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks. I've defined my markets, which is in the wealth area. The niche is the issue, and even in the wealth area, it can fall either between saving money or making money.
Okay.
So let me describe the area I'm looking at, and that is food security.
Okay.
In the present economy that we are now, the average salary earner, starting from the lowest group to maybe the middle income, you probably find that about 30% of income or more goes on food, and another big chunk on transportation, another one on housing. So right now, having a solution that can help cut the bill one spends on food, I think is a thing that I will want if and others will want. And what is the solution? How one can grow the food that one eats in one's own home, one's backyard, successfully. It might seem, is that possible? To start with, the land area available in one's backyard is small. And say, oh, can I produce enough? Yes, if the methodologies is no. Can this crop or this other thing be actually, can I do it myself and succeed in it? Yes, if the methodology is no. Now, in defining the niche to now pitch that solution to is where the problem is. Generally, women are the custodians of the food sector of the families. So, will it be saying that ladies or mothers, or what will it be? How to help bring your budget for food down? Or will it be that okay, the as an average salary earner in Nigeria now, whether ladies or men, single men, also having this challenge of surviving in the present Nigerian economy. This particular thing, you can try it in the little space around your abode. You can produce what you eat significantly. That will reduce the amount of the fraction of your salary that goes on food. So how to define the niche in terms of the parameters you have been given. What's the problem, the pain being suffered now, and what to be achieved? Any groupings you want to look at, you definitely can spell out the pains and the results to be achieved. So how to now define the niche, or what should be the niche, is what I'm asking for help on clarification.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's a beautiful one. The first thing is in terms of providing the solution, right? That's a beautiful demographics. It's a beautiful problem. I mean, it's any problem that's beautiful. It's a good problem, but then again, my own thing is like this scalability of that, and also for you, have you designed a framework? Is this something you've tested in terms of like you've tried it and you feel like, okay, this was able to help you cut down your cost for food, and how many percent did it cut it down? Because all of those data is going to be important in deciding where you are going to fall it down into, because that can allow you save money. Yes, definitely. It's under the market of saving money. And then it's in terms of the category can be around what's the name of this thing? Maybe food consumption, for instance, right? So, but then again, it's now have you tried the strategy? Is this something that you've experimented with? I just want to know more about, what came about you choosing this market.
I have tried it on a scale, and had challenges which had been addressed. I've gone to other people's solutions to get an improvement on what I now believe can be done. So I'm working at it. It's work in progress, and I'm sure within the time frame of 6 months that we are working with, I will have what is successful and will have been tried out with the evidence to show.
Okay. So, on that question is when you look at this, that means you are looking at people who have a backyard. Yes.
Even a corridor still can be done.
So what are they going to plant in that corridor, and how is that going to really impact the finances
for example,
of food? Yeah.
Yeah, for example, tomatoes is a basic ingredient that the fraction of that in the food budget, can be set out depending on the family's thing. Now, if you just have 4 pin buckets, which can locate in the small corridor at your frontage or wherever, you can produce tomatoes that you can, cycling the whole process, you can have harvest that will supply you monthly throughout the whole year. I mean,
Really?
that is a starting point.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. Well, let's keep developing that and still see how it goes. So what will be the cost to start up something like that? Because I think you need to fund them
Very
that big as
little.
well. Okay.
Very little. That's the whole thing, that for the low income earner or and well, the medium income earner, but the point is just that is self-sufficiency, if you like, or food security, if you could be another branding name. But actually, is a thing that also, for now, I'm limiting it to saying helping to cut down costs on food. But you can have a thing in the future where you will have your money, but you don't have the foods to buy. It's not just available, but there in your own backyard, in your own surrounding, you are quite, able to produce for yourself and your family.
Okay. We'll keep developing that and see how it goes now. Just identify the 2 points. Maybe the next class now we can start diving deep on the strategy that you intend to use and how applicable it is. And also, because now you need to, when we talk about the niche now, you need to focus it down to a specific segment, which is like a family of 2, family of 4, whatever, and then you talk about house size. Some people are living in 1 room, 2 room, so what's the outside? All of those things are going to be data you have to gather to be able to know specifically who you are trying to sell this kind of solution to, so that when it comes to marketing, it's going to be easy to attract such people, right? So if it's something that can work for, because I don't think it can work for everybody, right? It cannot work for everybody. So it still depends on where you are staying and the time you have as well, and your own kind of job schedule and all of those things. So I don't know. You need to still think deeper on that, drill it down to see how applicable it is, and what type of food ingredients are you looking at? Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You start. Oladende. Yeah.
Hello, doctor. Hello, doctor.
Yes, I can hear you. We have people
Yeah,
queued up.
please.
That's why.
I didn't know. You just said about your response to Madam Kehinde. My network messed up, so I didn't hear your response when you responded to the issue of the charity stuff that she talked about.
Okay, I'll come to it. I'll come to it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Charles.
Kindly raise your hand. Please. Let's go to Vivian. Good afternoon. Raise your hands. Let's see you on the chat so that we can follow it orderly. Okay.
I'll raise my hand since Dr. Charles.
Yeah. You are the second person. Let's go to the first. Miss. Hello, Vivian. Are you there, Madam Vivian?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Doctor, please, my question goes like this. Like when we were starting this program, you talked about our lifestyle, and that is our digital assets. And I went back to sit down and think of what my life has been. And I found out that my digital asset is simple habits that improve one's life and help people save money. Because I have really gone into something that has taken it really brought me down so well before now. I want to be very honest with you because, in fact, I have failed before. I have struggled with money and life, and I used to work hard, but nothing will come out of it. It was very, very hard for me for money to last in my hand. So I now had to learn that my daily habits were one of the problems. So when I started changing my daily habits little by little, I saw that I was changing. Things were changing also for me. So I now decided to take it up as my own digital asset, to maybe frame it as simple daily habits that improve lifestyle, that improve your life and help you save money. So I want to ask if I can work on that. And again, if I should be taking that means it cut across both wealth and health. Because if I'm talking about daily habits, that is health, which improves one's life. Then if I'm talking about helping that person to save money, it has now cut across wealth. So I still want to ask whether it can be combined in that way. Then coming to the niche, I want to know which kind of people, will I just say an adult that it can be directed to? Because if I should say adult, that means any adult trying to improve his or her personal life. So that is what I want to know.
For you, what do you do career-wise, professional-wise? Like, what do you do for a living?
I was working with government. I was working with local government, but at a time I saw that it was not working at all. I will work, and sometimes I will not even have transportation money to go to work. So okay. I just withdrew and now started business, as in foodstuff business.
Okay, good. So now that's your niche now. So you can focus on small, okay? how to, okay, you're talking about wealth now. The market is wealth, not health. Habits there's also habits around, habits is built on anything, right? That everything we do is habits. I can build habits on having a better relationship, build habits on saving money, build habits on making money, build habits on health as well. So the market is wealth, and then your niche is, your category is small business owner or self-employed. I would say self-employed, right? That you're working for yourself, you have your small business, okay? Self-employed, and then you talk about, now niche it down to, maybe you can say, okay, how self-employed women, self-employed women or small business owners can, let's just use self-employed, not small business owners. Self-employed women can, save more money from their small business, right? So that makes more sense in terms of like, you cannot focus it on just that category. Self-employed business, people who are selling, it can even be people who are inside the food business as well. If you want to niche it down, you can even take it back to small scale business owners who are in the food business, right? How to save more money in your business. So now you're not, don't say anything about habits. Don't say anything about habits first. It's when they come into your world now, you now tell them the truth. Okay, this is the habits you have. These are the things that are really affecting you. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. You get what I'm saying? So the two things you want to identify here now is going back to the point A. Okay, the person is making money with a small business, right? Their food business. They're making money with their food business, but now they are not seeing the profits. I believe that's what you're saying, yeah? They're not seeing the profit.
What I'm really saying it was that for myself, I saw it that it was the habit that was in me that I had that made me not to be saving money or progressing in my business. Because just like when I started this, there was a time I sat down, and I was, because in the profit automation masterclass, there was a place where you talked about waking up early, and that was one of the things that helped me, because I have already done that when I lost in my work, then going to work. Then I decided that now that I'm starting this business, that I have to be waking up early, and there are so many steps that I took that now brought me to this very point now, which was the habit that I now incorporate.
We are talking about the same thing, right? So what I'm saying is this: you are helping small, food business owners, right? Food sellers, right? Food business owners, right? Save money for, people who are doing food business, but they're not able to see their profits. That's the category you are in. You're not able to see your profit or even see the money you are in, right? And then you want to help them to be able to start saving money, to know how or what is taking their money. So now, in between that is what you now share with them, that, okay, the first thing is your habits. Answer the habits you have that are affecting you, right? So gradually you now progress them to where they need to be. So the point I'm making is that for now, when we start designing the framework, the strategy, that's when you now bring in the habits. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's when you now bring in the habits. For now, just focus on the two things. Point A, which is where they are in right now, the plan they are going through, and point B, which is what they're going to achieve, the outcome they're going to have after they go through the things you're going to teach them.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, let's go to the next person. Let's try and be fast. I think time has really gone so far. Almost 3 hours almost now. Mr. Salako, Emmanuel.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well done, sir. Yeah, my question is on where you have stopped when you are doing the presentation before starting the questions.
Okay.
Is on the issue of from pain to results. My first question is, Is it, we are not the same, sir. In a situation where the person whom I want to help or I want to render solution to asks about 3 problems, I mean, I'm focusing on helping 3 set of one person, but have 3 major problems. Now, my question is, can I coin these 3 problems together and make it one major problem? Seeking or trying my best now to look for solution for that. Actually, the reason behind it, behind my thinking is, I think maybe with that, my product will be able to catch many people, So once again, my simple question is it possible for me to coin 3 problems together, making it one as the main point, the major problem, and now try to find answers or results for that single problem? Coin 3 problems together and making it one.
I understand. Thank you so
the
much
second
for that.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, my second question is, whatever be our pain, the problem we are rendering, just as you have stated in your own presentation, is it that problem that we stated, that problem or that pain is it the one that now stands as our title or the title of one single product we are going to submit or you are going to work on for the apps, for the Edrims? So that's just my question, sir.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Okay.
Lastly, sir, when you are talking about the steps, although you said that will be done in the next lesson or so, but I just want to confirm before that next month when we'll be meeting again, during the Profit Automation Masterclass, I went through the program very well, about 3 times, about 4 times even. I discovered that, I remember that you talk about after getting the pain starting from pain to results, the steps that needs to be followed. I remember vividly that in that program, Profit Automation Masterclass, you gave us the prompts that we are going to use to arrive at that, and that's in Profit Master Automation class. So my question now is it the same method? Although you are yet to get us to that stage anyway by next month, is it the same method we are going to use to arrive at these results? That's I don't really understand my question, sir.
Now the questions are many now. I've lost track. But anyways, the first thing is forget about everything about the Profit Automation Masterclass first, right? This is a fresh. I'm trying to make the process simplified for you so that we don't overcomplicate things, right? This is what we start to do. We just want to go through this process. Like, I'm assuming nobody here has even taken the Profit Automation Masterclass before. I'm assuming these are just new time people. So I'm just taking you through a process that could help us develop your framework, right? And then about combining multiple problems together, you can combine multiple problems together, but when you are speaking about the problem, you don't speak about it when you are marketing it. When we are marketing it, why? Because that confuses the mind of the customer, right? Our goal here is to focus on one specific problem and build everything we are building around that one problem. The reason why that is because we are not trying to solve all their problem in their life. And our focus is not to look at, okay, because if I solve all of this problem, then I have a larger pie in the market. No. People, even if it's one problem you're solving, there are a lot of people with that problem. And guess what? We are going to talk about value ladder later, which is like, if I solve one problem for you and then you got that solution, if you want me to solve more, I can decide to create another thing for you later down the line. But it might not be, it will not be on the Edrims platform. It will be on your own platform you decide to create later down the line. Do you understand? Depending on how much further you want to build this entire thing. You get what I'm saying? But our major focus here is like, we are just tackling one problem for one person, right? Why? Specificity is power. We know who we are going for. We know what we are helping them solve. We know the reason why they are paying us money, so that when they pay us that money, we give them that solution. The reason why I'm trying to make you avoid this is because this is the same thing I did with the Profit Automation Masterclass. I honestly regretted creating that product. I'll tell you the reason why. The reason why is because I shared too much, and people now started taking it as it's you know when you take too much information, I'm trying to take you from beginner, novice, you've not known anything about this thing, to advance. And then people now start going through the program like it's a movie. And then at the end of the day, they get overwhelmed. And at the end of the day, they don't see the value you've impacted anymore in them, because now they've learned too much things that now they've learned nothing. So personally, I regretted creating that product, because each of that week should have come in a different product differently. Week 1, a different product. Week 2, different product. Week 3, different product. Week 4, different product. Week 5, different product. Do you understand? That would have been easy for people to assimilate and be able to say, okay, I got to do this. I achieved this one thing. So when they achieve this one thing, go to the next one. They can't get the next one. Guess what? The thing they achieved the first time, now they've watered it down. That thing, this person did not do this thing well. So I'm just telling you from my own personal experience as Nigerians that we are. I did it with the intention of saying, I want people coming to this thing to come and get result, and don't go waste their money in any other program out there, because I see so many lies, scams going on in the market space. So I wanted to create something that everybody can use and then get result. But in doing that, I made a mistake of destroying the core value of the program, which is adding too much value. Too much value is a problem too as well, right? Because people came into this thing now, they pay for this thing, and now they're like, I have to do this one, I have to do this one, I have to do this one. Now it became so much. So that's why your focus, one problem, one solution. Anything aside that is too much, because now you are going to confuse yourself, you're going to confuse your marketing, you're going to confuse your customer. Trust me when I say that. And then in terms of I think the third question you asked is about
the frame, the steps.
Okay, the steps
to achieve that.
In terms of that, what I would say is that forget about the steps. We are going to be talking about them. Just follow me on this program, the Why Guide, right?
All right.
I'm trying to make it, if you see that I'm not trying to bring everything from Profit Automation Masterclass, because why? I know we have the benefit of like asking questions, and then I can answer your question specifically to you. So the goal here is what I just want us to get out of, at least before, from now, this first class to the second class, at least maximum the second class, is you already have your framework. You already know who you are going after, what problem you are solving for them, and the solution you are going to offer, and how you are going to offer that problem, that solution, how you're going to solve it. You already know the step by step. The next class we are going to talk about, now we've decided, if I'm going to share my screen now, first thing we got out of this class is choosing our markets. Choose your markets.
Yeah.
To decide on your value bucket. Where are you going to extract that information from that you're going to use to provide value in that market? Your niche. Who are you going to help with this value? And then the pain points. Point A to point B. What are they struggling with right now? The problem. They are going through the pain they're suffering from right now. And then the outcome. What are they going to who's that? What are they going to achieve as a result of you helping them solve that problem? When you help them, what are they going to achieve? What is the result they're going to have? This is all we are focusing on. In our next class, we'll now talk about, okay, the strategy. How do we lead them from point A to point B? That's our framework. That's the main thing for the next class. So,
all right, sir.
Yeah. Amazing.
Thank you.
So let me take some. Onye, I have a question. I think I've seen your message. Let's go do that. Madam Onye, good. Where are you?
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, madam. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very fine, thank you. I have another appointment for 12, but I would just okay. I think my question, some other people have asked similar questions too. Like I was wondering, like, what if I have experiences in wealth, how to make money, save and grow money, and also in relationships. Now we're talking about two different industries. Can you combine two different industries into one product? I think someone else has asked this question. Or maybe you need to create you need to create two different products. Like, in the course of our life's experiences, we touch on a lot of industries: wealth, health, relationships, and one could have led to the other. For instance, in a bid to leave an abusive marriage, for instance, you need money to live, and that leaves you in search of money. You have to start learning how to make money and how to grow money so you'll be able to stand on your own. So, through this, you gain experiences in making money. And also in the loss of a loved one, for instance, you experience that deep loss, and also and what comes with it. Sometimes health challenges comes with that. And at the end, these are all experiences you've lived. So is it possible to combine all in one product, or it's best to leave them as separate products?
So thank you so much for that question. The thing is, you can combine all in one product, right? But the only thing I'm saying is this: the entry point. This is the entry point. That is where the customer is going to enter into your world. It must be one point. You are not going to try to help them with multiple things at the same time. I'm going to help you achieve this, achieve this, achieve this, achieve this. No, it confuses them, right? The entry point is what we are trying to dial in. That's why I say one particular problem, the point they are in at this state. So if you say you want to focus on relationship and they are in abusive relationship, and then to get out here, they need to make money and then develop themselves into someone who can earn their way out and then start taking care of themselves, right? The entry point cannot go and be how to make money. That cannot be the entry point, the thing you sell them. The thing you are selling them must be about how to get out from this abusive relationship. Then part of the framework of how they can get out, make money can be part of it. This is how you can make money, can be part of it, right? Because that is part of the system or the strategy that will help them get out of that abusive relationship, if it makes any sense. But you are not selling them the make money at the beginning if you know that the markets you are going for or the person you are passionate to help is somebody who's in an abusive relationship. You don't want to go tell them, I want to make money. That's not the problem that they are going through right now. That's not the thing that keeps them up at night. The thing that keeps them up at night is what is at the forefront of their mind that they want to spend money to solve right now, that if they find that thing now, they're going to solve it. So really, that's why I'm trying to ensure that you understand this point, which is like the entry point is a point A, which is where they're going to get into your world. So you can decide that you want to over-deliver like me and create a class that covers everything in that one. That's your choice. But entry points from the outside, they don't know what's inside, in the sense that they don't know that this thing contains all of these other things, right?
Okay, yes.
It might be that to solve that their problem, they have to tackle all of these other things. But from the outside, they don't know they have to tackle all of these other things. They just know that I have this one problem, so I want to solve it. So you now make sure that your entry points and the market selection just focuses on this one problem. Because this now helps you to niche down and, tailor your messages specifically for this person. And then you start them out from there. So when you are leading them, from here now you have to get here. Then now you have to get here. You have to get here. So this now becomes a progressive journey whereby you are taking them from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, solving all of this problem one by one. And at the end of the day, that gets them they might get into your world to say, okay, I want to, because some people now, for instance, they get into profit automation, I want to make money. Then they realize that, oh, wow, from the week 2 alone, since I learned from week 2, has impacted my life so much that it's now feeding into other multiple areas in my life. They didn't get into the program to learn about personal development, but that was part of the process that will help them get the money that they want. You understand?
Okay.
So that's how you want to build it.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, madam. So let's go back to participants. We are there.
Hello, doctor.
Yes, hold on a little bit, please. We have Madam Ruth. Madam Ruth, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, doctor. Thank you for the strength and the
welcome,
energy you have for us to make the whole thing work. What I wanted to say before was this, Mr. Samuel was talking about, somebody was talking about small trade business and how to grow it and all along. I think from my own story, before I get to where I am now, I think I begin from then. Why I said what I want to say is how to save money and grow business is this. From my small, when I was 30s, I was growing up, get married and all. Things were so hard. Nobody to call, nobody to run to, nobody to help. So I think I get small thing that I was doing at that time. Even the thing I was doing is not enough for me. I cannot grow the business. I'm in debt. So I borrow before you know the whole thing will finish. I'll become in debt. I don't know how to fix all of these things. Then marriage was not even happy. Marriage, the trauma was inside and all. And I was having it in mind that I must go to school. How will I now go to school with all these many problems surrounding me? Then at the time, the debt was so much. I called my mom. I told my mom on everything. I'm so in debt. I don't know what to do. In fact, I'm tired. I want to come to the village. My mom said, no, you can't do that. If you come to the village, what will become of you? What will they talk of you? What will they do this? What will they do that? How many things we're having it in? How will you achieve it? You can't achieve it in the village. I said, okay, how will I do it now? My mommy just told me one simple thing that helped him. And I started thinking, at first, when he told me, say, save. I said, how am I going to save when I don't have anything? The money is not even enough. How am I going to use it to save? At a time, my mom keep telling me. The thing was now done on me. I said, but I can even save small thing. Then, I started the savings there with 100 naira. I will say, as I'm saving, then I don't want to, like these people that were collecting contribution, I will give them, at the end of the month, I will collect, I put it into my business.
Yeah.
Then I will be able to save again. I put it, at a time, I was now able to save 200. At a time, I start saving 500. So then I start growing the business like that. At a time, I start saving 1,000. Then another idea now still come to me that I can gather a group of people. I will be saving 1,000 every week. Just gather and give it to somebody. He will put it into his business. So I start doing that. So I gather a group of my friends that were still making anything. I say we can do this. Start saving 1,000 every week. Gotta give it to somebody. We put it into his business. That is how we are doing it. So next year we increase it to 2,000. The other year we increase it to 3,000. I told you that service helped me grow my business, go to school, pay my children's school fees. That even now I'm still in that service. Now I even have some people, many people that don't have integrity. They were doing that contribution. Before you know it, before you get to the middle, it will scatter. Like those kind of group of people will come and say, your own has not still scattered. I say, no, our own is not scattered, it's still on. He said, our own has scattered. I say, how do you do it? You don't know how to do it. I say, this is not.
Madam, let's try to wrap up. Just try
So
cut it out, yeah.
Starting up in now is that this same service I have saved to go to school to the level I want. I'm saving to save to even it was even for the saving now. I just collect one service now, pay my children's school fees. I want to graduate this year. Then I collect the savings to pay my rent. I collect savings to pay my land. Most of us that are in that land, they've collected the savings, they've used it to build house. I use that savings to build my first house that I sold. Yes, that is why I can teach people step to step on how to save money and get. Even now I save money to have my own clinic. Now I am still saving.
That you already have your answer already now. That's something you should go into. So it's something that serves you well. So perhaps that's something you should go into.
Yes,
So
it
it's
has
powerful.
sent me.
Powerful.
And those people that are in debt that they could not come, those so they have taught them how they can make savings to clear up their debt and never to borrow again, and they can have now more things to put into their business, and they will be making money.
That's beautiful. That's
I
beautiful.
have a lot of people I've helped out of it.
It's a beautiful one. Then now that's a good one. I should work on it. It's a good one.
Okay.
All right. So
Thank you.
Madam Florence, let's go to you. Unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, doctor.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam. How are you doing?
Good afternoon to everybody. Fine, thank you. Please, I have two things to ask you.
Okay.
Before coming here, what I had in mind to present was a case of being a married woman and you have nothing doing, and or you have something doing but it's not producing anything. You are like depending on the man. Because it's what I have gone through and what, there was a time I was telling you that my problem is how to now talk to some married women out of depending on their husband. Because me, as I'm sitting here since 2025, since I got into this your program, my mind has been telling me is that at a time, it will not be too long, I become a financially independent wife.
Amazing.
So I had some experiences like when there is no 1 naira in the house and all those, and like you're supposed to provide this thing, but I don't have it. I'll be dependent on the man. So, but each time I think of how to talk to women, I know that it's married women I'm focusing on. But how do I now? I know there was a time I was telling you now. How do I now bring them to tell them that where I am now? Because for now I am not yet where I want to be. Something I can use and say, right now, this is where I am, and this is how you can come to that point. So each time I reach that point of using it as example to show them where I am, it's like I am stuck. But you told me that it may not be I have the money now, but even coming to this program and having the awareness, can it be something you can share with somebody? But still at that, I've not gotten breakthrough on how to present that product. So, but on getting here now today, another thing cropped into my mind and I'll say, let me share it with you. Maybe you can guide me on which to go through and how to go through it. I have a husband that is very strict, responsible, disciplined. This type of people, they're security conscious. In fact, I don't know how to describe the man, but it's nice if you can get to him and know how to go through him. But it's also difficult for the woman marrying those type of men. So when I got here now, I was now looking at, okay, this one can even be an option for me. Because there are some women that have dumped their marriage as a result of having this type of men by their side. Because they want it, they are Mr. Perfect. They want everything they're doing perfect. Even you as the wife, even the children, they want people to do things in a perfect way. And knowing that no man is perfect, you must devise a means to follow him so that he can, even in that anger and everything, he can always come back and realize that, yes, I've gone too far and come to amend things and life will just go on. So you see yourself that you must play wisdom. You must use wisdom. And also you must use some strategies to do this type of marriage for it to be successful. And by God's grace, I've been 20 years in this marriage. And people are like, how I wish I am like this woman. Even the brothers and sisters of my husband, they don't come near him because they look at his face, but his heart is soft, but his face is very strong. And the way he acts also. So, but me being the wife, they will even be coming to ask me, how are you doing it? If they want to ask the man something, they will come through me to ask. And I will always find a means to pass it to the man. So for them now, they're thinking I am the one that is as closer as anything to the man. But me too, it's not easy for me, but I have devised some means that which I'm doing. So for me now too, when I'm getting, I was like, this one is even a good product for some women, because in 2009, I was like, should I not run away from this marriage? But today, it is sweet. And people around us are like, how did you do it? In fact, if they want to talk to the man, they will come through me. So my own is, can I use that and now get to some women that are frustrated? I know example of one that I can go to straight, and I've been the one putting peace even in their marriage. I will say, please come and do it like this. This is the way I do it. And by the time she applies it, it works for her, and peace has been reigning gradually. So since I came in here, I was like, yes, hello?
You've already seen your calling already, though.
Okay, so I was like, I think this one, should I take permission from the man on getting home today that this is where I want to put up my products? Is it something I should discuss with him? Because he is security conscious. He doesn't, because this one now, I'm going to lecture people, and they will be so happy to have such lectures outside there.
Mm-hmm. And you can talk to him and see now and see how far.
Okay, sir.
As long as you also maintain that you are not going to expose what you're not supposed to expose, you understand? So
no. Yes, I'm going to be private. I'm going to put those private things. It's just things that can help those ones that are going through it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful one.
Okay. So how can I title such a topic, sir?
Don't worry about the title now. Assignments just focus on our assignment for today. Point A, point B, and your market, your niche, and the people that you are going after. So just focus on that. I'll send the.
Okay,
let me even post it now, Seth.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
That's just all. Yeah.
I appreciate.
You're welcome, madam. So.
Hello, doctor. Can I come in now?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I said that Madam Kende made reference to my earlier submission with regards to that you categorize as a charity. But when you were responding to it, the network in my area fluctuated, so I couldn't get your response to it.
The thing is, even I'm trying to remember
I said that right from my youth, I love helping people grow their business.
Okay.
Yeah, that is charity. That is also good. Then she now talked about it and then made some narrations about it.
Okay.
So you responded to it.
Okay.
The network did not give me.
Yeah, you say you help them grow their business by giving them money, I guess.
Yes, that is maybe if you have 100 and you want to maybe move it to like 200 level, I can just give you that money to go to that level and move on. I forget wherever you are. So when she now comes, it was now saying that it can be a form of partnership. That was what Madam Kende when she was responding to it, that it can be a form of partnership, so that it will still bring back, since we are talking about profit, that it will not just be at free.
Yeah, my question to you now would that be when you give these people money, do you also is this something you tell them, or you just give them money to go and do their business? Is it a loan? I mean, how does it work?
No. It's not just like, it's more or less like a gift, just like a gift. Maybe I see that maybe at the level of maybe selling 1 cup of beans, 1 model, and I can now maybe give you able to buy half bag, and then you continue from there to maintain your life.
I would say, for me personally, I would say you continue that as charity, though.
Okay.
I'll be honest, because at the end of the day, that person, we are talking about what can you do for somebody that they will be giving you money for, right? And you are the one who's giving them money out of the goodness of your heart. So I like to help this person, right? That can be something you just do as your parts. I mean, your mission projects, right? Something you just use to help people, right? Then focus on what value can you sell. There's this man called Umegu who gave me this perspective a long time ago. He said, wealth creation is your ability to turn the things you know how to do, your gifts, your resources, your talents, your knowledge, or the things you have, into a product for people who can afford it, right? specifically people who can afford it, and then from the profits you make, use a part of it to do charity for people who cannot afford it.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to find the value that you want to sell. Therefore, when you are making more, you cannot be giving more. Out of that, you say, okay, for my profit from this thing, I want to be giving like 10% to these people. Right? That gives you an ability to help more. But it's not something I feel like you can really monetize when I look at it, because it's something you are doing.
Okay.
If you say the person comes to you and then you advise them, you tell them what they can do for their business, and then when they do those things for their business and then it now grows, then now I say, okay, that's value that you can actually sell, if it makes sense.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Then the second aspect is I have an ebook on retirement, how to overcome retirement challenges and live fulfilled. It's a complete package. So I'm thinking that one can be how to make money. You can key it into how to make money instead of save money, or it can also be in save money, but not in growing money.
It can still be if you shed something there that maybe can allow the retiree make money, that can be it can be an industry of like, okay, how people who are going to retirement will not depend on their spouse or their children,
their
right?
children or whatever.
So that can be a strategy. Then now, all you just want to do, like I said, what we are focusing on now, even if you've written your ebook, let's just follow this framework. Go back, choose your market.
I'm following it.
Yeah. Choose your market and then identify the pain points. What's their pain? What's their reality right now? And then what are they trying to get to? So then
it's okay.
When we talk about in our next section, we will not start designing the framework, the strategy, how we put everything together to now becomes a method they can apply to their life to get the results that you can help them achieve.
It's okay. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Do we still have questions? Let me share this stuff. Let me just share the workbook for today, because I know if I leave this session, I might forget. Do we have more questions? If you have questions, let me know. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
I have 2 questions to ask. Yes, I have 2 questions to ask, but before the question, let me just few minutes to give you a background. We'll talk about how we can create our niche, and I look at mine as something that has to do with my personal experience and at the same time career skills. I've suffered from hepatitis B and C for like 10 years and above. I've also suffered from low libido. I mean, the 2 partners have suffered low libido for like 15 to 20 years of our marriage. Now, I have a solution to these 2 events or 2 cardinal lives.
Yeah.
And I don't know, from your wealth of experience, I've been having more interest, so I'm a bit passionate about the low libido. That's providing solution to libido, because I've been having series of counseling and I discover low libido has no regards to age. Even from 20 years, one can begin to experience that. So I don't know if you can help or guide me through this. Having this hepatitis solution, I looked at the natural things and I found solution, and I'm free today. And I'm helping others to find solution to hepatitis B and C. And then if the second question is, if I finally resolve to focus on low libido, that's reduced interest in sexual desire, do I need to focus on a particular group of people, or I can leave it open for everyone that is suffering from them? Thank you, Andrew.
I would say you focus it on, your category. What I mean by, for you as a person, what category do you belong to? You say you are married, so focusing on that. Married people who are struggling with this.
Okay.
Married, wife who are struggling with this, and how you were able to deal with it and all, right? Focus on that. And if you decide to go for the the name.
Hepatitis B and C.
Yeah. If you decide to go for that one, then you still focus it on still that same category, right, of people like yourself. Why we are using that because we want to just peg it somewhere so that we can, from there, it's going to be easy to scale later down the line, right? Then add more people to that bracket. But for now, just peg it somewhere, this category of people. And I like using people, I like telling people to use who they were, because that is a demographic you can easily connect with and also speak their language.
Okay. Why I'm asking this about the low libido, I just did an experiment this year, just from last week. I started doing short videos on that to post on status and some other. And then when I tried to focus on my that married people began to send me texts, I should use partner instead of married people. Is it only married people that, just to experiment, I've been doing that for like 6-7 videos, both for men and for women. So that's why I decided to ask. Now that I did this experiment and people are saying, why are you focusing on married people? Must we be married to have this problem? So that's why I'm asking.
Understand that I like still continue talking about it that way. Let those other people who are commenting, why are you focused on those are the people who are going to be pushing the content to other people. Do you understand?
Okay.
Focus it on that. Yeah. And you can see answer their questions sometimes, like, oh, it's not just married people, anybody can have it, right? But your focus when it comes to monetizing that knowledge, right? Making money from it should be for people who can afford it. Afford it. Who are ready to pay for it, right? And married people are more ready to pay for something like that, because that gives them issues, than the other people. So I say you focus on that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So do we still have questions? I can remind you of that.
Click on what? Yeah.
I think we are done.
There's no question again.
Sure, we don't ask question.
Well, ask question.
So thank you all for showing up. I really appreciate everyone. I'm going to be sharing. Victor, prepare that workbook, so I will send them. I'm going to be sharing the workbook so that, let me add. I already have one here, but I didn't add this point A and point B. I'm going to add it now so that we'll send it, and then the goal for this workbook is just to get your mind going and get something. Even before we talk about the strategy that you're going to share with these people to lead them to that result, just put it out in the workbook, because there are questions that are going to ask you, okay, what steps are you going to take these people through? And just put them down, just get your mind thinking, right? Understand that there's no solution that is written on stones. As long as you have conviction that this thing is something that worked for you, or it has worked for somebody you've seen, and you know that it's 100% legit, right? You can run with that and then build on it. The reason why we are really going focus on the niche is so that it's going to be easy for us to remove that data from our head. Because if you focus on too many people at this stage, you are going to be confused at some point. What do I do this? How do I communicate this? How do I communicate this, right? But if you're just focused on one person, it's easy for me to share advice to one person, right? Which I know, okay, this person, I can help this person get this result. And then it's going to be easy for you to really design your frameworks that way when we start designing the framework. So please focus on one specific person, one specific problem, one specific solution, and one specific market. And then when we start designing your strategy, we can now start working on that. And also one specific result. So thank you. Have a wonderful time. Take care. Wish you all an amazing day and weekend, and we look forward to our next section. What I will be doing most times, maybe, so what I want us to also do is this. If you know you've designed your framework already and you want to share it with the group, you can call for a class like this. We just come on a Zoom class, and then you just share 30 minutes and just tell us what you want to share with us. And then just to allow people give you feedback. For instance, now I saw some of the feedback from Madam Kehinde, what people said about our lecture for today. It was really amazing, fantastic. So that is you now getting yourself to start thinking through this process and seeing the feedback, how people take it. And from there, let's do that. And if you want to talk about it in a WhatsApp, share. Let people give you feedback about this thing. And then from there, you will be able to see if it's something you want to dive deeper into. So thank you so much. I wish you all an amazing weekend. Take care.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. Bye for now.